understand how far ahead of the curve that already puts you against so many teams. Okay. Most people, when I ask them how does dive work, all they say is you want to jump one thing and kill it really fast. And that's what you started out with, right? And I challenged you, and you immediately continued on, well, you need to stage first, right? You need to jump at them from all these different angles. You hit an on-a-nade, and then you go and you kill something. And you didn't leave out staging, okay? So staging is the part of the pre-fight where you are taking those angles and you're controlling advantageous space. And I want you to expand your understanding of a go sign to dive something, okay? There's a couple of different go signs. The biggest one for you, for all of you, will be key cooldown advantages. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be an on-a-nade. Give me some examples. Look at this comp that the other team is running. What are some go signs to maybe jump something?
No TP.
No TP, no Suzu. Absolutely. Those are probably the two biggest ones.
No dash.
No dash. Yep. Deflect kind of as well, right?
No flight, question mark.
Yes, potentially. Doom having no abilities as well. If he's got no slam or punch, he could become a good dive target, right? So I want to expand your horizons. The bar is so much lower than just hitting a 3-man ante, all right? All you need is a slight advantage, and if you press it right, it'll compound, okay? There's some other good go signs, and I'm sure that some of you already intuitively know them. What could they be?
No dash or deflect.
Yeah, we're outside of cooldowns now. It gets back to what I was telling you makes a good target.
Oh, someone is really out of position.
Yes, if someone is terribly out of position, if they're alone and nobody can help them, if they're feeding, in other words, right?
Mid-rotate.
Ghost signs, like stop waiting, let's pull the trigger and do it. Mid-rotate, that is a great observation. I love that, yes. When they're in transition from one place to another, that is always when a team will be the weakest. So yes, absolutely. When they're in transition, that could be a valid time to jump something, right? In some cases where you immediately have them very, very surrounded, that can also be enough, to be honest with you, because if you have them surrounded enough, then you're already forcing cooldowns and splitting their attention in such a way that you could probably jump and kill something, or at least jump and get a ton of value and then get out again. So I know I just used this team for all these examples, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go open the other VOD, the one I was here for. And we're going to watch how this team plays it with a sim. But so this is the stuff that I want you guys to look for. You know that you need to stage. You need to have these angles. I love these angles that we start with for the most part. I think they're acceptable. All right. We hit a big ante here. The ante gets cleansed or just timed out? I think it gets cleansed. Did it just time out?
Timed out.
Just timed out. All right, fair enough. So the ante's not super relevant then.
Oh, actually, I had a question about that.
Yeah.
So every Dorado map, I throw an ante at the door to give me like more ult charge.
Uh-huh.
Should I stop doing that and like save it, or?
Well, okay. So my default answer is no. It's kind of free. But if your plan A is to play for a big on-a-nade engage, then probably yes. You want that, right?
Yeah.
Because the first fight could be really, really fast. You don't necessarily know what they're going to roll out on. So that's my knee-jerk reaction. Generally, I would say no. It's free ult charge. Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, it might for Suzu. I don't know, right?
That's true.
So, someone joined. Who joined?
It was Arlo. He's just watching.
What's up, Arlo? How you doing? Okay.
That's crazy. Damn.
That's okay.
Good talk. Good talk.
So my question is,
His mic's not
can't get
plugged
the
in.
timing
He's fine.
correct.
Good, Arlo.
Is this an opportunity to engage?
Yeah. I would say yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What
Mid
goes-
rotation.
They're in rotation. Yes, yes, yes. That's the biggest one. Yep. There's another one that I mentioned. They didn't use quick cooldowns. It's not that one.
They're surrounded.
They're surrounded. Yep, yep. We got two, ladies and gentlemen. Sound the alarm. Pull the trigger. We got it. This is what we've been waiting for. And we've only been waiting 5 seconds.
Owen, I
Yeah.
don't think I go on this.
You don't. And I yell at you for it later in the map.
Oh,
Obviously, I don't have me yelling at you in here, but I bring it up. You don't go on this. Do you remember what you say?
I want to go on this.
I might actually pull the VOD up and make you listen to it. Hold on.
Oh god, this is gonna
Does it
sound
look-
so dumb.
First, I want to ask: does it look obvious now? Now that we've talked about it,
Yeah.
it looks obvious to all of you. Are any
Yeah.
of you looking at this and the neurons aren't firing? That would make you go, "Oh my god, jump, go in, do it." Does anyone have any major complaints before I show you this? Because I really want to juxtapose how good of an engagement opportunity this is with how you react to it. Very proactively my intent here. All right, sweet. Let me pull it up then. It'll take me just a second to do that because I don't know exactly where in the VOD it is.
I'm actually so scared to hear what I say.
You're going to hate yourself.
Wait, this is
I know I would.
the wrong map.
What's
this
that?
This is the first team. This is the
Yep.
Oh. What?
No,
Your
this is
microphone's
the-
really
yeah.
This was the YouTube link is the one that has the VOD from the SimTP.
Yep. Can you see it? Should be on my screen share now?
No, we're still looking at Twitch.
Oh.
This is the wrong scrim.
Oh.
No,
yeah.
wait, no, that's
No, it's
the
not.
wrong-
no, that's the right scrim.
It's
The
the
code-
right screen.
the-
It's just
the
it's
code-
just Joe's. It's just Joe's stream. You have to get Adam's video. Oh, maybe that's yeah.
Oh, it is
This
wrong.
is scrim where I'm playing. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All our body was shown.
Try this again.
There, yeah. Now we see the right one at least.
No, this is
Wait,
this
can
is
you
still
go
the
back to
wrong
the code
one.
you're looking at?
No,
Because I'm
the-
pretty sure.
You're looking at Arlo.
The one on
This is
Culver's
correct.
coaching
That's the right one.
is the correct one.
The-
That's
the
we're looking
one-
at right now.
The code in Overwatch you're looking at is the one where Arlo's playing, not Sean.
The one with
Wait,
the
we're looking at the
SimTP.
I
right
have
one.
both. I have
Oh.
both.
Bro, trust. This is the right one. Just trust. Just trust.
We'll
Yeah,
know for
I want
sure
you-
when we hear Jack.
This
talk.
is, you can see their comp. You can see their comp.
Yeah.
This is the right one. Okay. I want you to listen to what True Blade says when they do this. It's so sad. My heart sank.
TP? Yeah, okay, yo, can we go on sim?
Oh.
Boy, there's a guy alone in the car.
Hello?
I can't.
You hear the problem?
I gotta go back for heals.
No confirmation.
Not no. Well, okay. Yes, but that's not where I was originally going to go with this.
Okay.
Why is it a question?
I should have just called. I'm going on sim.
Yes, you should have. Yes, that's correct. So do you remember before or at the end of this scrim I said to you there are opportunities for you to jump things way faster. And you said you didn't know what to do because it felt like you couldn't ever peek anything without taking damage. Well, here you go.
All right. So, question then.
Mhm.
I jump.
Yep. And since I literally only pulled this up for that, I'm going to go back to the replay now.
Okay. If I jump.
Yep.
Like, because normally I would ask like, hey, can we go on this? Like for confirmation, like, are they both set up and ready to go?
Uh-huh.
If I just jump though, there's no confirmation there. So is that? Am I just sort of?
I think it's fine because we're.
Am I just
obviously
hoping
all set
then
up.
that Joe and Jay go with me if I say I'm going?
That is a completely fair question. Let's break this down. So this is something I struggled with a lot as well when I was learning tank. Because there are things that you can do that are the right play on paper, but if you do them alone, you're feeding, right? And so I completely understand the concern. And if you were, say, like pinging down here, right? Like we just now, like they weren't on sim, we just now got a 4-man anti and they're not running Kiriko, right? And you look over the edge and you ping them here and you're like, can I drop on this? Can I drop on this? Obviously someone's going to say no, right? Someone's going to say no because like our supports are not going to be able to help you at all. Your Brig, your Ana completely out of the fight. The Echo is going to take a while to get there. Tracer can help you, but I mean, it's a 2v5, yeah, even with an Ana nade, right? So this is a circumstance we can paint where absolutely this would be a major concern. I want to do two things. I want to tell you, one, it's a balancing act, and two, you'll do better to break the habit of relying on echo calls rather than lean into it. I would rather people proactively tell you that where they can't go than for you to feel like you have to wait for someone to confirm that they can come with you. And I will put that on them and not you as the tank most of the time. Some minimum level of awareness is required from you. I mean, you shouldn't even need to ask in this case, if I were to frame it like this, if you can drop down here. Obviously, even with a 4-man anti, you can't drop down here because you're leaving so much of your team up here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And similarly, if you look at this setup, with a God's eye view, if you imagine you knew this is where all of your team is staged, because we're 5 seconds into the map, so obviously you should know where your team is staged. How do you feel the need to ask? Is what I would challenge you back with.
If I know, if I know where everyone's staged right now, so I should just go then.
Exactly. Now it's a little rhetorical. I understand that the reason you asked is because this is a habit that you've already got built up.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to do something alone and die and then get told by everyone you're feeding. But to be honest with you, when you see an opportunity this juicy, I'd rather you pull the trigger and then yell at someone else for not being in position to follow up on it, because this is correct and you should have the confidence to know that this is correct. And if something like this were to happen and you jumped and people were like, dude, we couldn't go with you, what are you doing? I got to be honest, I don't think that's on you most of the time. There might be some times where it's a little unlucky, like maybe right as you jump, an echo shows up here and full cluster the tracer and forces recall, and I don't know, a SIG shield gets placed in front of all your teammates, and you jump and you get blown up. I don't know. There's maybe some contrived combination of events we could paint that gets you killed here for instantly jumping. But I think more often than not, I would like you to trust your gut and commit and allow yourself to learn what's reasonable and what's not through experimentation. Is that a fair ask?
That is a fair ask.
And here's the kicker. This goes for everybody, not just Trueblade. This is related to all of the stuff we just talked about for comms. I need every single one of you to have the confidence in yourself and the trust in your teammates to know that if you see a juicy opportunity, you can ping it and say, jump this right now, and 2 to 3 people will be with you. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I like it.
I'm just always worried about, like you said it. I'm
Yeah.
Like if I dive in and there's no follow up, I'm worried that like I'm feeding.
Sometimes
Because
you will
especially
do
in the
everything
comms
right.
they're playing, like I know I have like God's point of view right now. I can see everything. I can.
It's
analyze
easy with
everything.
hindsight. Yeah, hindsight's 20/20. Yep.
So like, obviously I want to go on that TP, but also looking into their comp, I would get blown up so fast.
If there was no follow-up, yes, that's correct. But I mean, think about the opportunities you create for your team. Ori's actually probably the least juicy, despite having this crazy off angle, because it's going to take multiple blinks just to get here. But I mean, we've got a God on a nade. This alone is, oh my God. Mwah, chef's kiss. Just like chuck that shit. And our echo can follow you up. This counts as a third angle, right? Like, this is so juicy. Okay. So this is a lot of talking that we did just for the first fight. So are there any questions about the concepts we just talked about and how we want to start these dives? Because now what we're going to do is we're going to go through some of these team fights, and I'm going to ask you guys to grade yourself how well you think you did on these concepts for these individual fights. Okay?
Okay.
Of course, you can ask more questions as we go too.
Ready for a knockout?
So in this case, we don't pull the trigger, we don't jump, and now that they're staged up here, they can force you out because this angle's red. That's exactly what happens. And now our tracer's hanging. We're gonna do maybe just first point here and then switch back to the other VOD. You do the spectate overlay too, even. Actually, I changed my mind. I don't like the spectate overlay. All right. So we commit to diving the sim here. It takes a while, but is this a good dive?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Why?
don't see the sim at
because
all.
she's isolated and currently antied.
So, Ori and Winston are both on it, so that's gonna happen. That's a little unlucky. I'm not gonna focus on that. This is a good dive. It's late. Obviously, we missed the better opportunity already, right? So. And so that's why I was saying in the last scrim, I feel like you guys can dive things. You just don't for some reason. You just take forever to do it.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Yeah, so I want you guys to tell me to pause when you think you see a good opportunity to dive something. Keep this open.
Bro, who's that Tracer? They're kind of ass. What the fuck? Like right now, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a really
Is
long
it the
time.
Alaria on the other side of the map?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Nobody's there for that.
Just by taking the fight here, you made a 4v3, by the way. These guys are kind of feeding. I don't really know what their plan was. I mean, obviously they got value killing the Tracer, but then after that, they should have just pushed in through Chapel while the Doomfist jumped up. That would have been incredible from them. They didn't do that. They're like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the plan is here. Anyways, if we back it up, you see this dive opportunity here. I agree. This is a great dive opportunity. Who?
Kiri.
Kiriko? Are you sure?
Maybe Torb.
No, because
Maybe
Kiri,
even Torb.
Kiri can TP away to
Nah,
Sim,
bro.
I think Kiri's
I mean,
in
she's got it in a
too far.
second and a half. She's got it in a second and a half. But more importantly, she doesn't have Suzu, is the big
Oh.
thing I was going to point out.
Yeah.
So we know she doesn't have Suzu, but I think I'm worried about her teleporting away. I think the Torb is the right call here. It checks another box. I generally like the habit of focusing DPS more than supports because the DPS tend to be the ones that are actually going to kill you. That's less the case in late 2023, but it's still generally a good thing to be aware of. Anyways, so go ahead and list all the boxes that this ticks for us to jump the Torb.
Multiple angles.
I actually don't think we do have that one ticked here. Our angles kind of
Really?
suck. But just about every other one, I would say, right?
Don't we have like 3 stages of verticality? With the floor and
Yeah,
then
you
high
know what?
ground?
Actually, I guess that's fair. I do say vertical angles count. So actually, yeah, okay, we'll count that. You're right. You're right. Key cooldowns is clearly a big one, and he's kind of alone, considering that the Kier doesn't have Fade just yet, and he's got nowhere to run, right?
Does he have E? Did he use E?
I don't know. Yeah,
Oh, he's using it right
did
now.
use it. He did use it. But I mean, come on, we can burn through 325 health.
Yeah,
He's a little
that's
cute
fair.
ball.
My worry is that like, because Torb whenever he uses E, even if I try and go on him, like I can try and bubble dance that, but I can get like killed so fast.
Yeah, but you're gonna get a nade swing, and you're getting pocketed, and he's gonna get sticky cluster focusing beamed. You should be fine.
Okay.
That is really the same. What you just vocalized is the same mental concern that led to you not jumping the sim before. You're scared. You're scared that the follow-up won't be there, is what it comes down to. But I need you to do it right so that everyone else can learn to do it right with you. And let me rip this Band-Aid off. This goes for every single one of you. I hate to break it to you, but you're playing a team game. And there will be fights, statistically most of them, in fact, where you lose and you did nothing wrong, or at least that it wasn't your fault. Someone else on your team will screw up, and you just have to be okay with that. Otherwise, what are you doing playing a team game? Go play Hearthstone.
Ew.
Instead, chess maybe, if that's more your speed, less RNG. You get my point, though?
Yeah.
Okay, so diving the Torb here is the right call. Do we do that? No, we jump. Ooh, we get split, actually. Cranky is on the Torb. You're on the Kiri. The Torb does actually manage to die just because the nade is awesome. So good job with that, Revan.
Thank you.
Bro, what the hell are they doing?
I have no clue.
This comp
We
is
can kill him
so
now.
weird.
Yeah, they weren't very good. We can kill them now, though. All we have to do is pick one. What do we think is the better choice? I know what I'm thinking, but it's honestly close. They're both feeding.
Wait, who's
The
back?
sim
on?
is on. The sim is on.
You put an overlay?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
already.
Ready.
Alari,
Yeah, Iliari. Yeah.
Mhm.
She's more free. Because if you, well, I mean, they already don't have TPs, so they really are both well and truly free. But yeah, the Ilari is completely free, and our monkey can jump back up. We drop and kill them both, and we should be good. Okay, I'm gonna move back to the other VOD now, and we'll break this down more fresh. All right, this just happened.
Attackers
Yeah, this
incoming.
scrim was like yesterday or something.
Dear God.
I am not going to focus on the staging footsie
Attackers
battle here
incoming.
because my focus for this VOD is your engagements. So there will be things like this where someone gets picked or we screw up our staging in such way like this. I'm not always going to stop to talk about this. I just want you guys to be aware that I'm intentionally skipping over that, okay? Any quick questions about it before I move on?
Should I have just gone like left? Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You need
I-
you need to blink to it's probably up here.
Yeah. I wanted to stay because I trusted, and then
Yeah.
I got really greedy. Honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just it's Mercy Echo. The Mercy Echo will beat the Tracer Ana every day of the week. So, and yes, I do count the Ana as being here with you, of course. But like I said, the Mercy Echo still beats that. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, when they commit these resources here, you gotta go elsewhere. I'm not gonna focus on this pre-fight staging footsie battle stuff. Like I said before, it's gonna be on the actual engagement opportunities. So again, I want you guys to pause when you think you see an engagement opportunity. Tell me when to pause.
That is so. I don't.
Trickier. It's
God.
trickier. Because to be honest with you, we did kind of lose this one to really bad staging mistakes. It's the same deal. They committed a ton of resources to red, and you have to either jump something or get out. But
Could you turn on spectate overlay? Because I can't really see the.
oh yeah, yes. Do you want me to just keep it on? It's a little hard. To see
You
the
can turn
spot.
it off when you feel like you need to, but
Sure.
can you turn it back on? Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
So
I don't think there's really into that comp particularly. Like, I don't really know who would be the ideal target to go on.
Since the Echo's about to lose flight, could we just like turn and like try and go on her?
yes. Okay. So it's not. I wouldn't say this is a trick question that I'm asking for, but it's going to be harder to jump this comp. Why?
Because they're also playing dive.
It's a 5-man dive. There's nothing to jump. They don't want to trade backlines. They're gonna 5-man send you every time, right?
Yeah.
So that means two things. One, the staging footsie battle actually becomes more important, and I'm kind of regretting not talking about that first, but whatever. Two, catching dives is going to happen often because there's no backline to trade. So pretty much every time they pull the trigger, you're catching the dive or playing second, as you guys would call it, right? So
You play
some
second
things to
into
think
that.
about. I mean, you might have to. What are you gonna? I mean, you could. I mean, like there will be opportunities to dive things, but consistently into Mercy Echo, Genji, Kiriko Doom. I don't know.
So what you mean, like dive their dive? Is that kind of what you want?
When you say playing, we're talking about playing second, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I'm going to go back to the terminology that I was taught. When the other team starts the dive, when they commit their movement cooldowns first to jump something, you have two choices. You can either counter dive, which is trade backlines, jump into their backline and get more value than they're about to get on yours. and this is why playing support in the first couple dive metas was never fun, because that was very common. Or you can catch the dive, or as you guys referred to as playing second, where once they commit those movement cooldowns to get in, you jump back and spend all of your cooldowns on your own backline just to live through whatever it is they're doing and kill the people that are doing it. Like killing the Doom, or killing the Genji with no dash, or killing the Kiriko when she TPs in.
Okay.
Those are your two options. It's actually a very simple flowchart. One of those two things always has to happen when the other team starts the dive. Otherwise, you're simply losing. This is totally a reasonable opportunity to spot, because our Echo can float down here and our Monkey can drop down here, and we can try to kill the Echo, and then we still have movement cooldowns to get back out. And we could theoretically go for a nade here. So yes, when we see the Echo fly, I think this is a potential opportunity that we could jump on. The other thing is, this goes kind of back to the footsie battle. I'll relate it slightly, I guess. If we really don't want to give up red, which it looks like Trueblade is trying not to do, let's jump the Doom. Let's at least force him to use his cooldowns to escape, right? Doom out. We talked about that stuff with target prio. Yeah, doesn't have to be Doom dead. It can be Doom out. If he's back on yellow, that's way better than him being on red, because he can't seismic all the way onto our Ana from yellow. At least he'd have to spend both cooldowns. Thoughts?
No, that's correct. Yeah.
So, and he did just use cooldowns to get up here. So those are kind of our two options. I would call this a soft dive, because it's not going to result in kills probably. But yeah, like right here, our Echo could be in full clustering the Doom right now, right? And where's our nade? Yeah, we have nade too. I think our nade ends up whiffing. I don't know what happens to it exactly. Yeah, it whiffs the nade. So we have lots of resources that we could have spent on either the Doomfist or the Echo. We just didn't. Same deal as before, never pulled the trigger, right? Let's skip to something on second point. So we don't spend the whole time talking about first. This is interesting. They swapped their comp. What do you guys think about the JQ into dive?
I play second.
They play second? That's absolutely correct, yep.
I hate that comp.
Why is it so good? I know why it's so good, but I'm curious to what depth you guys understand it.
Monkey cries.
I just can't do anything, because if I dive in, I get knifed, pulled in, Reaper blows me up, Junker Queen blows me up.
Yep.
If we nade, they Suzu, so the two just counter each other, and they have virtually the same cooldown. So,
I mean, you hit a lot of nails on the head. You missed a big one though. It's the shout. When you guys jump, just spend the shout, and it just like totally counteracts any advantage you think you have when you pull the trigger.
So playing to that comp, I should just swap off Winston, right? Like next death has
Yeah, honestly, I would. I wouldn't try to make this work on Winston. I'd take one look at that and I'd go Diva, at least.
Just go Diva. Okay.
That's what I'd do.
All right.
Maybe if I think about it for a second, there's something. Maybe for a second. I mean, okay. So whether or not I
could understand going Diva, I'm just wondering if there is like, because I always like to know, like, especially with like people who are like better tank players than me in certain scenarios, who they would swap, what they would do, etc.
Well, so Ball has all the same problems as the Monkey here. It's actually probably even slightly worse for the Ball.
I'm not going Ball.
Yeah. What would the other option be?
I could go Diva.
Doomfist.
Maybe Doomfist.
I just don't like Doomfist as much into their. I mean, like it's Lucio, Kiriko, Tracer, Reaper. They all have get out of 3 cards, and you're still dealing with the knife issue every single time.
Reinhardt.
And the shout.
I don't. I wouldn't live in that kind of stuff with Ryan.
No, me personally, I would pin to the back line and get one.
They would bully me way too fast.
I mean, as someone asked if I could make the Monkey work, whether or not someone like me could make the Monkey work here depends on whether the other team is playing properly. On paper, they've got the Monkey countered, so you know. I'm gonna back it up another 10 seconds. Let's take a look at how they stage here. I want you to pause when you think you see an opportunity to dive. I'm going to back all the way up, actually. Yeah. We'll keep the overlay on for this. Tell me to pause when you think you see an opportunity to dive something.
Like right now.
Right now?
Like, for
Who?
God's sake, just like that JQ. Like if we were pushed up a bit more, on the monkey, the Ana, the brig, if we were pushed up a bit more, we could boom this JQ.
I don't know.
Mm.
Because in that scenario, it's a 2v2, and I don't think that a Tracer Echo would win against a Junker Queen Lucio.
Well, refer to the checklist. What ghost signs are you seeing here?
They're alone.
They're alone. Are you alone?
Kind of. Oh, I was just saying, like, maybe like a few more seconds ahead, if they were like moved up into chapel, like
Mhm.
on that high ground now.
3,
by
4.
then we will be set up for that. Oh, but they don't even. Okay,
Wait,
never mind.
could it have been possible for the Tracer Echo to kind of try and blow up the Lucio before he got there, or was he just like moving too fast?
So my concern is if we commit resources to blow up this Lucio, this JQ will shout and axe both of our DPS, and we have no supports. Is
Yeah.
really what I'm trying to get you guys to stumble on your own, and I'm really trying to get you to use this checklist, right? The only one I could possibly think of that you see here is that they're feeding. I don't think they're feeding because it's Lucio JQ. They could speed away, they could shout. I don't think that they're feeding here.
Got you.
So I
thought
don't
so,
think
though.
this is a good dive opportunity. But no, this is what I wanted though. I like that's why we're doing this, right? Don't think like there's no shame in telling me to pause and examining it. This is exactly what I wanted. So. Oh, now we have a problem. Now we have a huge problem.
I'm dead.
We just lost the resource allocation battle, didn't we? I think you live here technically, but oh man, it's definitely bad. Who is that?
Whites.
Accept it.
YCT.
Is that one of you?
PG.
No, no, that's none of us.
I don't know who this person is. They're on my friends list, but I think they were a scrim contact from forever ago.
Might have invited you accidentally.
Yeah, you probably did.
Ignore.
All right.
God.
Interesting.
We died the Tracer, or no? Well,
Yeah, so that's what I was kind of thinking of before. Tracer out, right?
But I feel like if we go for her and she has all of her cooldowns, she can probably like outlive all of us, and her team could just collapse.
Tracer out. She doesn't have to die. I said this
Oh, yeah.
a million times last time. I'm saying it a million times this time. She doesn't have to die. If she uses 2 blinks and her recall to get out, awesome. We have a 5v4. Yeah?
Yeah.
And we don't have to spend our jump here. Once she's on this corner, I really like sending... Honestly, we could send 3 people. We could send Monkey, Echo, and Tracer down here to force the Tracer out. And she doesn't have to die. If she blinks back here, that's awesome. Then when they step out, we can jump up and stuff them and just win a 5v4. So I think this is an opportunity down here for sure. And you definitely spotted Ori because that's what you're thinking. But if you had pinged and said, True Blade, drop on this Tracer with me. Yeah? And that's what I'm talking about, that confidence, that instantaneous trust. You need to have that for each other. I don't have a magic bullet to give that to you guys. It's going to come from playtime. It's going to come from interacting with each other outside of scrims. This is an important one, actually. It'll come with consistency in your own play and seeing it in each other, right? At the end of the day, it's easier to do once you have a little bit of it, because when you start to trust each other like that, things will work out more. But getting the ball rolling can be hard. So yeah, you get your recall first. Imagine if, honestly, we could even commit a bubble here. We could drop here if we really needed to. We could drop here, and this Tracer, we could definitely make her leave. I take it back. Since the Tracer's on the low ground already, we really don't want to use the bubble. Great find there on the Lucio. I like that we dropped to finish the JQ. Oops, that's not the button I meant to press. And then we jump to Kiriko. Let's quickly investigate target priority. Is the Kiriko the right target between the two?
Yeah.
Is he getting out of Wraith?
He has Wraith.
Yeah, I think Curie.
Kill Kiri. Because it doesn't matter if she has Suzu or TP, because forcing one of her abilities. Reaper is lifesteal, so it's gonna be harder to kill Reaper than it
But
will.
that should barely
Kiri.
count on Burial.
Against a Winston, it counts massively.
Well, also,
Also,
I
they
think
just die.
yeah.
Personally, I would have called to do Reaper first because I'd be scared the Reaper's going to eat our monkey alive. I think the Reaper's more likely to get a kill while we're diving than the Kiriko. But honestly, I could be convinced of either since all 4 cooldowns were still in play. It's not a science. What are some key cooldowns we're trying to get out for this comp?
Suzu, TP,
60
Wraith,
seconds remaining.
Amp,
Shout.
Out.
Shout.
Recall.
Recall.
Oh, no.
I remember this, bro.
No,
I watched this happen.
This is your
Oh,
ringer,
no.
guys? Oh my god.
I wish Arlo was still here for this.
That's
Don't worry.
unlucky. That's unlucky.
Hey, we forced the cooldown though.
I hope what I'd like to see here is that we don't immediately give up because we don't have our Ana. Do we give up? Do we try to back now? 'Cause our Ana's down?
I don't think so. I think we
Of course
stay.
not.
Something like that.
It is
I
whack
think-
though.
I think we back.
We back because I remember it being calm. You guys lost your Ana back up. I
Yep.
remember that vividly. That's exactly what happened. That's why everyone's backing up.
Yeah. And you don't need to. Well, or
60
let me be more
seconds
clear. You
remaining.
shouldn't. Don't get me wrong. Losing your Ana is a massive disadvantage. But
Just
if
die
you
hard.
make sure the cart doesn't move an inch, you can still get 2 fights out of this because you're playing dive. So you're fast. You shouldn't back up because if you still have a 30% chance to win the fight, which I would argue you probably even have a better chance than that. You might have 35 something percent chance to still win this fight because we forced Suzu and you still have better staging. It's not like everyone's one shot and we need the Ana to heal us up. That's just unlucky. That's super unlucky. But yeah, once this Suzu gets forced, we should totally jump something. Especially now. Oh my god, please don't chase this. Oh yeah, no. When oh, this is such a good opportunity. We can take a 4v4 here, guys. Do you see it? Their
Yeah.
tracer fucked up.
What are they doing? Where are they?
Look. Oh, such a huge missed opportunity. Our Ana got picked, and then their tracer comes in completely off tempo. Completely off tempo. We do exactly the correct thing. We peel for the tracer, we look at her, we make her leave. Tracer out. She just used all 3 blinks and a recall. We can take a 4v4 on anything we want. And they have no Suzu. We are miraculously advantaged here. Oh, such a huge missed opportunity because their tracer screwed up, but we were already committed to backing. That sucks. Yeah, if we were in right now, like Monkey here, Echo looking at the Reaper maybe to keep him off our Monkey. This Kiriko can either die or fade and then die, right? As long as we get the bubble between the target and the JQ. I mean, don't get me wrong, she'll still try to fade away, but you see what I'm saying, right? This is actually advantage us somehow miraculously at this moment, and we just don't do it. Oh, that's so sad. Please do not respond to picks by just immediately saying, oh, you got to back up, that's lost. It's a disadvantage, just like any other. It'd be a disadvantage if you had 1 ult and the other team had 5. But you don't say, oh, they have 5 ults, just go back to spawn. You don't do that, right?
We on massive in a fight. Should we just die cart or die point?
So there's some question. Generally, yes. And when you're on defense, you should always seek to die on the point. you need to develop the ability to ask yourself, or to maybe make a roster, if you will, before each fight. Is this which people are necessary to this fight plan? And to be honest with you, I'd like to spend some more time with you at some point, Revan, going over fight planning stuff, because the quality of your fight plans, as I mentioned before, I think is a huge bottleneck for you guys as a team.
I got you.
But you need to be able to ask yourself, is this person necessary for our plan? Are we basically guaranteed to lose? Do we not have a win condition without this person? Right? And in this case, to be honest, we didn't need the Ana. It would have been really nice to have. It's still a huge disadvantage, but we didn't need it. The win con is still achievable. Yeah? So, and you need to develop the ability to quickly ask yourself that whenever someone gets picked. Did we actually need that person, or would they just have been nice to have?
30 seconds remaining.
The fuck?
This guy was a Lucio. This guy was a Lucio one trick basically. He just tried to go on.
Oh my god. Arlo's got a bit of an ego. Arlo swung back into the Tracer Lucio with no cooldowns. Oh my lord.
Uh-oh.
That probably loses you this point, actually.
No, he stays alive.
Oh my god, he lives. Wow.
Lucio
wow,
turns
wow.
the 2v1 into a 1v1.
Adaptive circuits
Excellent peel from Ori.
engaged.
Fix the mistake.
Time for the reckoning.
Let's pretend
Adaptive
that didn't
circuits
happen.
engaged.
If I back up a little more. Yeah, also, if you're gonna back out, you need to back, like, all the way out.
30 seconds remaining.
Alright.
Adapt.
Who should we dive?
JQ.
JQ.
I could be convinced of JQ.
Oh, is there a better target?
It's either Kiri or JQ, in my opinion.
I was thinking Reaper again, to be honest with you. I could be convinced of JQ. I don't think it's Kiri. At least not for a hard dive. Because Kiri has everything, right? She's got.
Point
Yeah,
is
those
point is
cooldowns.
about the cap, so we need to get on point.
Yeah, that's why I could be convinced of JQ. That's the biggest reason I think it's either the JQ or the Reaper
If
person.
you're more so thinking Reaper, then who would touch card then?
Tracer's not in position to touch cart. Might have to be Brig. Brig getting pocketed by an Ana should do just fine against.
Are we assuming at this point that we've duped the JQ or not?
Imagine this is like a second and a half prior. I just couldn't get it exactly correct. If we could dupe whoever we want before we commit to this, like literally on the fly out, right? Who are we jumping on? Why do I think it should be Reaper? Why is that my gut reaction? Even if I'm wrong, I mean, I might be. I'm not perfect. Why?
So you can put pressure on him. Go
back to what we talked about the last time.
Oh.
He's out of position.
Yeah.
He's not super out of position. He's not super feeding, but he can't get. The bigger question is he feeding more than the rest of his team? And I would say yes. He's probably the easiest to force out from this position because the JQ has the shout and has a ton of hit points, and she's close to the Kiriko. The Kiriko can fade away. The Tracer can blink away. If the Reaper wants to live, he'll have to, because he's far from the Kiriko, he'll have to commit Wraith and drop, right? So I think he's feeding ever so slightly more. But the other bigger reason is who's the biggest threat on their team right now?
Blossom.
It's gotta be the Reaper with Blossom, doesn't it? Look at what we're on. Look what we got to work with. It's gotta be the Reaper with Blossom, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the JQ ult sucks too, but I mean we just yoinked JQ. We can shout for it, I guess. Don't get me wrong, they both suck. That's like I said, I could be convinced of JQ, but this is the framework I want you guys using when you're trying to decide targets, feeders, and threats, and this other framework now of like there's key cooldowns, there's in this case, I mean we have to jump something. We really don't have a choice, right? But when you have go signs to jump something when you're just in the neutral, that's the other framework that I'm trying to introduce you to. And in fact, that is what happens, right? Is we end up looking at the Junker Queen, and the Blossoming Reaper gets value. And we could have looked at him while he was dropping, and maybe instead of doing this, we force his Wraith and he goes back to the mini. Reaper out, the threat's been dealt with. Maybe now we jump the JQ, right? And now if the Reaper wants to come do this again, that might be an easy sleep for Arlo, because no Wraith. Thoughts?
Does he Wraith in?
No, what?
If he Wraiths in, he's even stupider. Nope. He still has it. He just dropped in.
Damn.
So anyways, like I said, it's not a science. I could be convinced of JQ, but I think, personally, from my experience, the Reaper would have been better to look at first. So it all comes full circle. It's the target priority, and it's the staging stuff that we're talking about, right? Or the engagement stuff that we're talking about for dive. It's all related. Hopefully it's building to like one big structured framework that you guys can use to make your decisions in game. Because I did say that was my goal, is just to get you all thinking about the game in the same framework, yeah?
Yeah.
How am I doing on that? We're nearing the end of the VOD block, so.
No, I definitely took some notes.
All right. Any good dive opportunities? I see one. We're on Doomfist now. I have accounted for that.
Go on. Go on Lucio Reaper.
Yeah, you can kick these guys off height right
Force
now.
that stack, right? Yeah.
Yep. The Tracer and the JQ can't do anything to help.
Can she shout?
You can take a 5v3 here. Well, I guess she could shout, but I mean, it's just shout, so it will counter as like half a person. You could take a 5v 3.5, yeah. So we should definitely jump up here and go for the punch here. You might force Wraith. If you force Wraith and he stays in, he can die. Otherwise, it's Reaper out. That's fine.
I mean, we get that position either way, right? That's space.
60 seconds.
This is good. This is correct.
Yeah.
I love this. Does the Lucio die? Oh, not quite.
I punched him out just to get high ground control.
That's okay. You know, this was great. It was a great soft dive. You punched him back. Look at all the space you bought. So now we're going to stabilize and do it again. Hello? Buddy? I don't really know what his plan was. Okay, who should we dive?
JQ.
JQ.
Yeah, now I think it's totally the JQ. I can't think of a reason why it wouldn't be. This is awesome. Let's get the Doom, the Echo, the Tracer, all three in here. Let's do this. The Kiriko might TP to her. That's still a 3v2. Let's do it. We're slow. We're so slow on it. We're so slow on it. Yeah, it actually doesn't even happen. We never commit to jumping the JQ. Picks don't mean the fight's lost. I mean, it can't be, right? I mean, we're still going. So who should we dive? Who should we focus? What are we looking at?
Eerie, Lucio.
Why?
Get him off high.
Use the framework we've been learning. Why? What's your logic?
We have 2 angles.
We have angles. Okay. I like that.
They're kind of feeding.
They're feeding a little bit, right? Because they're with each
Yeah.
other. They don't have enforcement from the JQ or the Reaper.
Target prior?
Target prio. This is another case where I think I could be convinced either way. I would say the Tracer is a bigger threat, but I agree this looks really juicy. And I did say, even when we were talking about prio, there will be times where you have to make a judgment call, right?
Yeah.
You could look this through the framework of catching and counter diving as well, because this Tracer is a threat for your backline, yes. But to be honest with you, the Brig could probably hold off the Tracer and both of our DPS jump their supports. That sounds reasonable to me. So you know what? I think I agree. Lucio Kiriko makes sense. It should be one of them right here. Probably the Kiriko because she just TP'd. I agree. I think your logic is sound and you've done a good job.
Thought of you. How about a second chance?
That doesn't happen.
وريهم قوتك.
All right. I know what we do jump. It's clearly the JQ. What should we jump? It's tricky. This is a tricky one. I think you on
Should
paper
we
you
not
probably
jump
lose this every time.
JQ?
On paper you probably lose this every time. To be honest with you.
I feel like we could like jump. What do you call it? JQ, because she's on cart, but we could probably force everyone off high first. In an ideal world.
I think.
Wouldn't like the objective kind of be
Maybe just JQ actually.
Yeah.
Do you guys know how to anchor?
Uh,
That's something you've learned yet? Do
it's something we visited in the past.
you know what anchoring is?
We know the bare minimum.
This is a new
to, like,
maneuver.
prohibit like
It's switching out like someone on cart to stall, like Tracer, and then you know
It's
like how we're like
more
flooding
general
out
than
of
that, yes.
spawn.
is it just like prohibiting like progress, like
Well, it's
objective progress without like like
it's like
engaging or-
overtime, and then it's overtime like Nimbani, Nimbani first point, and then like people are rushing out of spawn to get touch, kind of. Is that what it is?
Kind of. I don't have time right now to teach you outright how to anchor consistently, but I will teach you what anchoring is. Because what I'm thinking is I'm torn, right? Because this is clearly biggest threat is anyone up here. This has to be dealt with. We can't allow the two supports with ult to just vibe up here forever and heal the Junker Queen and throw shots for free. We can't allow it, right? But at the same time, I mean, we have to touch. We have to. So that's where anchoring would come in. And what anchoring basically is someone on your team would say, I'm anchoring, and then give a location, usually point 9 times out of 10. And what that call out means is I've decided that the sum total of my value this fight will come from sitting and surviving in this one spot, and I need all of you to help me do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, for instance, I'm saying you could anchor Doom Point so that the JQ can't cap while we dive high ground. Because a nano echo going up here, this is unbelievably. I mean, you should hit a full cluster sticky on anyone you want here. To be honest with you, this is an incredible angle right here. The way they're all playing it, this looks so juicy. There's no easy way for them to strafe away from this. So you could put the Doom here, just match the Junker Queen, and let's go win the dive fight up here. Is what I would want to do in a perfect world. So there's more that can go into really efficient anchoring, but like I said, I don't have time to teach you all that right now because the block is ending. But that's what I do to deal with this specific scenario. At the end of the day, I think this threat is crazy. If we spend all of our energy on the JQ, I'm just too worried that like the Reaper especially, once we commit all our resources on the JQ, he'll just pow 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 on whoever he wants, you know. That is so sad. That would have been huge if you could not
I know.
throw the Lucio off. That would have
so
been
sad.
that would have been game winning. That would have been crazy. I respect it. It's too bad you missed, but it happens. That's good. It's good. Yes, now Kiri can die. Now Kiri can die. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now it's just target focus. Well done. Oh god, no. No. No, I thought you had it. No, I was celebrating too early. Oh
Brings us-
no.
Brings us
They
back to the
probably
whole
thought they
Reaper
had
is
it
the biggest
too.
threat.
No. I mean, what did I say? It's pretty much exactly what would happen, isn't it? Well, yeah, I mean, there you go.
Oh, and
No,
can you
that
do
was
something?
Whoa.
Go back to that fight. Did I have punch? I'm gonna be really sad if I had
You're putting yourself in the
punch.
guillotine. You're putting yourself in the guillotine. It doesn't look like it. You did not.
All right, I was gonna feel really bad if I had punch.
Yeah, you punched him as soon as you had it. That's okay. All right, so that's gonna bring the VOD block to a close. How do you guys feel?
Good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
You feel like this was productive?
Yeah.
Yes.
Any questions?
Not really.
Okay, do me a favor. What makes a good target?
Someone
What are the
who's
two
out of position, someone who's low, someone who's feeding.
Someone who's feeding, or I'm gonna say this
Fair.
15 times.
They
a
can't be
threat.
helped on your team.
A threat, right?
Oh, a threat. Thank you, Leroy. Yes,
Oh,
feeding
yeah.
or threat. Those are the two things that make a good target. I'm really pounding that into you guys because I think it'll make a world of difference. And when it comes to when you're playing the staging, neutral, and a dive, and you want to pull the trigger, what's the checklist of things you're looking for? I think there were there 3 or 4
Angles.
angles when you've got them surrounded. Yep.
Isolated.
Yep. If they're feeding. Yep.
Low HP.
I'm gonna count that as feeding.
I want to say CD.
Key cooldowns. Yes. Was there one more? I feel like there was one more, but I'm blanking.
I don't know if there was one more.
Okay, so it was those 3. Those are the things I really want you to remember, and those are the questions I need you to think to yourself, to visualize about before you get into games to practice. And the biggest thing that you can do for me going into your next scrim and your match is to trust each other when it comes to proactive calls. And this doesn't apply just on dive, by the way. You can do this on the other 2 comps. I need you guys to feel like you're allowed to ping something and just say, do this right now. And I need the other people around you to not be surprised when one of you does it. And I need them to trust that the call is correct. And then afterwards, if it's not, you can break it down like, I don't think that was quite optimal. Here's XYZ reasons why. And that's the discussion you can have after the fact. Okay. But I need you guys to trust each other and learn through experimentation. Got it?
Okay.
By far the best thing you could do for yourselves and for me is to just start doing it. Make decisions. See what happens.
Nike, just do it.
Just do it. All right. That's going to bring it to a close.
All right.
Alrighty.
Everybody say thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Owen.
You're very welcome. Any feedback for me? Ask every time. Any
It
feedback?
was good. It was
You're a
good.
great man.
You the best we got around here, man.
Great
So.
man.
Oh, thank you. You're gonna get my head big though.
I feel like that's okay.
Nah, I feel like you know humility.
Humility.
Yeah.
Humility.
That's what I'm looking. Yeah.
There's always so much more to learn. God, it's actually crazy. It's literally impossible to learn it all. There's just always another level of counterplay because there's another human on the other end. It's crazy. It's a treadmill. It never stops.
So is the way of life.
Yep. All right. Well, all right then. There's no feedback. There's no questions.
Wait,
Well, good to go.
I had a question about fight planning. When
hit me.
Would you wanna like go over it or something, or like in trying to improve it?
Well, so to clarify that, if you guys want to bring me back for more stuff, that's something I would highly encourage you to emphasize for one of the future things you bring me back for is the quality of your fight planning. Whether that's a one-on-one with you or team VOD or just something you want me to backseat you in during a scrim. Highly encourage you to think about the quality of your fight plans. I don't know if I have any good resources off the top of my head for you to start looking into that alone.
Okay.
But one thing I can recommend, and this is part of how I learned to do it, is you can look at really high-level games, professional games, and pause before each fight and pick one team to role play as. Pick, like, if I were the defending team, and pretend you have perfect alt tracking information because that's what you should assume in game. Leroy's got that down pat for you. He's alt tracking, and if he's wrong, I'll yell at him, not you.
Yeah.
Right. And so you pick one team to role play as. You say, these are the alts that we have. These are the alts that they have. What would I call for us to do? And then what you do is you compare and contrast the plan you came up with what they actually do in game. And anytime there's a difference, hold yourself accountable. Don't say, well, close enough. No. If it was even slightly off, take note of it and ask yourself why. What did they do differently? Why did they do it that specific way? Why didn't they do the thing that you said? Right? If you had a specific threat that the other team had that you were really worried about, note why it didn't get value. So I encourage you to do that. That's how I learned a lot of my fight planning when I was starting out too.
That could be a fun little game.
It's really fun. When you get really good at it, it's kind of like I mentioned it to you before, it's like a party trick. You combine it with your understanding of tempo, and you can like perfectly predict, and now the beat, and now the blade, and now the sojourn overclock, and now the lift. Like you just say it in order as both teams trade ultimates back and forth. It can be really satisfying.
Okay, I got it.
Saudi E-League is playing right now, and that's very high level play. There's no more Overwatch League, but the Saudi E-League is higher level of play than Contenders, so you can
That's
check
on-
them out.
Is that
Okay.
live on Twitch? Or
They're on YouTube. Here, hold on.
okay.
Let me just pull it up. I don't know what kind of moral dilemmas you may be bringing up for yourself by supporting the Saudi E-League, because they're involved in some stuff. But, you know, honestly, it's the highest consistent level of Overwatch play we've got access to right now. So
Yeah.
use it or lose it. Here, I haven't watched this one, but where's the chat I can drop this in?
Do you?
Yeah.
Any
You can-
general Overwatch?
They got the
Put it in
R6
Overwatch,
E-League.
or you
Overwatch
can
League.
send it to me and I'll drop it in team notes.
There
It's
you go.
either-
Yeah, I'll probably
Yeah.
post it.
They only
That'd be
just
great,
recently
thank you.
started doing English casts with the death of the Overwatch League. It was all Arabic until literally like 2 weeks ago.
Were you
And
watching
I'll be
it in
honest with you.
Arabic?
Yes, I was. And I'll be
Oh,
honest with
fun.
you, the English cast sucks. It's terrible. I almost prefer watching the Arabic cast, because then I can tune them out because I don't know what they're saying, so it sounds like background noise. I'm not even kidding. The English cast is really, really bad. It's worse than
Yeah.
Contenders.
They probably are very new to it.
You should recruit Eric Culver and get Corrin.
So true.
But anyway, so there's an English cast VOD, and seriously, do that. Like hop in and pick a team to roleplay as, and every fight pause. Give yourself as much time as you need. Try to decide, what would the fight plan be? Where would they path to? What order would they use their ults in? How would they respond to these different threats the other team has? Right. Really test yourself, and really, like I said before, really hold yourself accountable. Unless you got it exactly right, don't give yourself credit, because I did that myself for a bit, and honestly, it holds you back. So hold yourself accountable.
Thank you, Owen.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Owen.
We will definitely look into scheduling something again in the future shortly.
Glad to hear it. I love working with you guys. You're really nice.
Oh, I love working with you too.
I work with some teams and players whose egos are just completely out the wazoo, man. They don't want to hear a word I'm saying.
Goofy.
They just back talk me, talk over me. They make up reasons why they disagree with the things I said. And I can be as like, well, okay, you do you.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you these things. You can do whatever you want with that information.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is so unrelated, but Kia is snoring on my bed right now.
Oh,
I know.
it's very cute.
Oh, and
yep.
All right. So I was gonna play a prank on you, but Helen told me not to.
What was the ranking question?
So the
Oh God.
the main point here was Helen thinks she doesn't know something that's related to pop culture because of her age, and I have an expectation that you would understand this, even though you're
don't
literally
think
the
you
same age. Are you
Okay.
familiar? Are you familiar with the idea of someone saying like, "Hey, what do you do with the soccer ball?" And then you say you kick it, and then you kick the person out of the voice call?
No, but that's a hilarious bit.
I told you.
I'm
I told you.
broken.
I've
told
never
you.
I've never heard that bit before, but I'm immediately gonna go use it on my
Only
phone.
only me, you, and Sean, Adam.
That's
Only
so
me, you, and
funny.
Sean will ever understand.
That is so funny.
I learned about that when I was like, I don't even know. I was like 14.
No, I
when
told you.
first
We
started
had
it.
the same childhood, Adam. We had the same friend groups. It was the same bits. It's why our sense of humor is like practically the same. We had the same childhood.
Okay. Yeah, whatever.
You're allowed to say You're allowed to say that I'm right. It won't kill you.
Am I allowed to say I'm disappointed in both of you for not
Yes.
being
I
familiar
will
with
allow
pop
you
culture?
that.
Yes.
I will allow you that.
I give you permission.
Alright. I won't, but maybe at a later date.
You can keep that one card in your back pocket. You get one. But if anybody has anywhere they need to be, you're free to go.
Yeah. Thanks for making time.
Always. Thank you.
I'm at home.
Alright,
Oh,
so anyways,
Owen.
Anyways, Sean.
Oh my god.
Right now, maybe give his brain a break. They just got a lot of info.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Bro, they're streaming in an hour anyways.
Adam,
Sean,
let's go right now. Are you
Sean
ready
and
to get
I-
rolled?
Sean and I literally started to DM each other at the same time.
That's actually funny.
And then I told him to stop typing and pay attention.
Just
sure
doing
he
it right
did.
now. I'll sit on this for a minute or two. I'm curious.
Oh god.
I think I watched the first match here in this VOD.
Someone is in this?
Different one, I don't know.
Oh
What
yeah,
the
a
hell?
lot of
Yeah,
there
no,
are
a bunch of
lot
Overwatch League players immediately got signed to Saudi E-League teams.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're
Saudi
not
E-League
banks,
is
bro.
big. They're like really big.
Wait. So
I've never heard of these people.
does that mean
Well,
that,
we never
well,
needed them, bro.
You haven't heard of
So-
Someone or Merit?
I
Literal,
think someone
literal
heard.
world champions.
Think about it like this. Think about
They
it like this.
literally,
they had to learn
literally have
everything, right?
Goku. They literally have Goku. It's done. They're done.
So think about it like this: if Overwatch League made up 95% of esports viewership for Overwatch, the Saudi E League made up like 4%, and
Jeez.
that's puny compared to the Overwatch League. But that is a huge market share for what was left.
Yeah.
So
That's
now it's
that's
like,
what the Saudi E League is.
now it's like contenders, half contenders, and then like
Yeah.
this, right?
Saudi E League is absolutely scooping up
wait,
Overwatch League
Adam,
viewers.
What's up?
can I get a bowl cereal before
Yeah,
we do
yeah,
this?
yeah. We'll
Right
just
back.
start
Go
without you,
get
and
your little
I'll-
snackies.
I'll score a couple points before you get your.
That's cheating. That's just cheating.
Wait, I didn't even look. Who's on this roster?
I feel like I've heard of
Iris.
Iris. Is
Yeah,
Iris like a post Overwatch League player?
yeah, he was part of Owl.
If you really want to challenge yourself when you get good at making these fight plans by role playing,
I don't think
you
he's in
can-
here.
I'm just talking to you guys in general. When you
Yeah.
get really good at it, you can try to do both teams at once, playing chess
my
against
God.
yourself.
All right, so I think in this fight they're not going to use any ults for the first long time, but they're going to build a BAP window, and let's see.
Bro, I think they're.
I
I think
think-
the Sega's gonna die
I
first.
think Iris is going to build window first because he's better and his tank is worse, so they're going to take more damage. So
Oh
Iris
my
is going to get the first window, and then they're going to use it, but they'll still lose the fight because someone's going to just gap, and Merit will
What's
find
someone on?
a good Mei wall.
Someone's on tank. I thought he was a DPS player.
No.
No, he's never
Oh.
been DPS.
Now the real surprise would be seeing Checkmate on DPS because he's a Rhine player.
Funny.
That would be checkmate.
Yeah, I was really caught off guard when they weren't speaking English.
Yeah. No, they've been going for a while. I mean, this is season 2, and it's the very end of
Yeah.
season 2. And
Yeah,
like,
there's no
I
wall.
had never even heard of them, to be honest. That's not true. I'd heard of them, but I didn't know anything about them until I
I-
You
realized.
need
Oh,
to go
no more
look into
Overwatch
them,
League.
really.
I only
Yeah, I had
knew
Overwatch League.
Yeah.
only thing I knew about them, like the only reason I knew anything about it was a handful of Spitfire players played in the E League because they were EU players already.
The other thing that's really satisfying is when you get comfortable enough doing this, you can also tell when a team makes a mistake. You can be like, oh, they didn't know they had that ult, or oh, they pathed the wrong place, or oh my god, that shouldn't have happened. Someone hit too many shots, bro. Someone is in the pronoun, not the person.
Yeah.
Or someone didn't hit shots. You start to notice that stuff when you get really comfortable.
What the hell is that wall? Oh my god. Oh.
All right, do you want to give us an example, Mr. Professor?
Yeah. So,
Wait, I want Sean to be able to hear the examples, though. Is he here?
No, he's not.
Sean.
Hello,
Hello.
it's Sean.
Sean.
I'm in the
Sean.
kitchen getting a juicy bowl of cereal.
Juicy.
Hello.
juicy cereal. That sounds.
Yeah, he uses orange juice instead of milk.
That's not true.
No, don't do dirty
No,
like
he's
that,
lying.
bro.
That's not true. That's not
Dude.
true.
That's
you guys
so
didn't know
invalid.
that? You didn't know that?
No, 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 no,
No.
no, 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 no.
Are you trying to say something? Are you trying to make it more normal so you can admit that you have your cereal with orange juice?
Anyways, going back to the first
That's
fight,
crazy. That's
I was correct about the tank gap happening, but my assumption is perhaps the
Bro, if this were cranky,
tank
like
gets
the whole
separated,
lobby would be
couldn't get the
gone.
healing.
First fight's harder to do this on because you don't know exactly what information the teams have. You can assume perfect ult tracking, but you don't know, for instance, if they know what comp the other team's rolling out on, and what comp you think the other team rolls out on at this level could drastically impact your pathing,
Yeah.
right? And then the pathing impacts who's advantaged in the fight. I don't know. I'm
makes
not
sense.
worried about the first fight. But if you pause here, Vicious is easier here because the window is their only ultimate. So they should not go inside because then they're going to have to play too close to K16. It's K16, right? It's not 19. It's a little blurry. F16.
Yeah, it's 16.
It's F16. If they go inside, that puts them too close to F16. A Blizzard is potentially on the table because they know they almost have Blizzard. And they don't want to get fluxed easily out of either window either. So they should go around one of the sides of the building and window early. Then the red team should match it by fluxing them out of the window, and then when they land, F16 will place their window to finish the fight. Is what I would expect.
Sean, any counters?
Hold on, I started chewing. Wait. Hold on. I came back halfway through that.
I will tell you outright, if Vicious goes inside, it's because Merit blew his Maywall, but that would still be a mistake.
Vicious. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I see.
So that's my prediction. I think they're going to go around either far side of the building, drop their window instantly around turning when they turn the corner, and F16 will respond by lifting them in the air and windowing, and winning tempo just because they have more ults. If F16 gets the fight off first, they'll flux before they window, I think, too.
Oh,
wait. So
actually,
are you...
important detail that this I thought was Miraculous's wall, but that might be Merit's wall.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Merit used his wall. If Vicious goes in the building, that would be the only reason why. Is because they know there's no wall.
I was confused why they're backing up so far and so fast.
As they back up, this does actually give Vicious space to use their window, so that's actually scary.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Vicious has Blizzard now, that's on the table. Wow. Man, that didn't go at all how I expected it to. Because I didn't expect F16 to back up like that. I guess F16 originally planned to play for their window. Maybe because it's a cheaper ultimate. But this is what I'm talking about. I was wrong, so now I'm trying to come up with reasons why potentially they didn't do what I described. So maybe they're thinking the window comes back faster, so they want to use that first to start building the next one really fast.
Yeah.
This is way too much for my brain to handle. Holy shit.
I mean, I've been doing this for a long
again-
time. I'll be quiet and let you guys try it out. You don't have to get nearly as in-depth as I do.
Wait, Owen, quick question. So,
yeah,
since F16 backed up, as Vicious came out, what couldn't they have just like windowed as they like walked outside?
I
and
agree.
like just try and kill them like
So,
I guess in rotation.
Vicious still has Sig Suck this whole time. They don't want to window close because they could Sig Suck and walk through the window.
I mean, we can always try and like.
That's what I'm saying though. I don't like that they. So pause here. The only reason they would back up this far is because they're playing for their window, for Chaos's window, as their primary win con. And I don't like that because they have more ultimates. I think that's mayhaps a mistake. Maybe they're worried that Merit is closer to his Blizzard than he is. But honestly, the fact that they back up gives F16 the chance to build Blizzard.
Do they think they have window block? Or no, that would be the opposite.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. Yeah, look at this.
What is he?
I mean, you can see he's thinking about it. I mean, well, because that was Plan A. Plan A was to play for the window back here. There's no other reason for them to back up like this. I really thought they'd play for Flux to abuse the fact that the only ult that Vicious had was window.
Yeah, the way you described someone using his Flux was to like counter
a window.
After
yeah,
Eris uses it.
I thought it would be Flux on tempo or a Flux engage. Because obviously, if you flux them in the air and they're already in the air, then they don't have to. They can't window.
Yeah.
Don't get anything out of window then. So it's either flux first or flux for window is what I was thinking. And
Yeah.
then yeah, because they backed up.
It's weird how separated
blows
they
me.
get. Like they're not playing in a place where Chaos can really support them because I Love You's just holding him.
But anyway, so you don't have to get nearly as in depth as I do. I've been doing it for a long time, so I like to get very specific to challenge myself. You could literally just try to guess what ultimates are going to be used, and that's good enough when you're just starting. But it's up to you. I'll get quieter now so that you can do it.
I got you.
There needs all the
Alright.
ultimates.
I'm gonna be F16 because my boy someone's over there. Okay, I think they're probably gonna engage with Flux, and then maybe beat the overclock. And if they beat the Flux, they'll probably look to use overclock after. No, if they beat the Flux, they're probably gonna use overclock once the beat goes away.
What if they get fluxed?
Then they'll beat the Flux.
And then they
Well-
can use overclock as well, right? The other
Mhm.
team, Vicious.
I mean, cause like, I feel like whatever ultimate they throw out first, they'll either, depending on what it is, they'll try and LOS it, or if they can't, they'll probably beat it.
I
I
think
feel like this is a
something
super hard one because it's so even.
something
Very
you're not something you're not thinking about that I think could be really important to factor in. It's essentially at the level of an ultimate is how Merit uses Maywall.
Yeah.
Also, the pathing.
Oh, that's
The,
okay.
the staging and positioning of the teams, that's one way in which this is uneven. The Vicious own the point.
Mm-hmm.
So where the fight takes place and what space they control is part of their plan as well. And F16 has to account for that.
Damn. Okay.
It's just a hard one.
Oh, then they could. F16 could probably wrap around.
Jungle or coast?
They coast. They can probably. Hold on, coast is to the right, right?
Coast is
Of
where the
crowd?
beach is, then the jungle is like
yeah, to
where
the right of where
buildings
we're
are.
looking right now.
Okay. Then I guess no, because I feel like going main is like the best bet for them. Because
You
that's
get Maywall though.
where
Through
the
the
Two chokes.
through the choke.
Yeah.
The
I think
defense-
coast is probably better.
Defense definitely is gonna have a bit of an advantage with the
Yeah.
Maywall usage.
But I feel like besides the Maywall, like we're looking ult wise.
It's also it's also gonna be easier for Vicious to get the flux while F16 paths through that room than the other way around.
Okay. Wait, hold on. What's the room to the left? Is there room to the left?
It's
Like the-
jungle. There's like a little staircase that goes down to point under an arch. And then there's that high ground with that building. There's like a building right behind where I Love You is. Yeah, right there to your left.
Okay, okay.
I think going coast is probably the best bet because you have room for your Sig to fly up to.
I think it's too open on coast though.
It's still open.
Coast scares me into Sojolt.
Yeah, because
Oh, I
I
forgot about
was
that.
thinking main because you have natural cover for the Soj ult, and you could probably
The walls are so fat though. Like it's like we play this map, and like as soon as I first played this map, I was like May. Like it just clicked in my head, May.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw these two chokes, and I was like, this is such a fat May thing. Like
Now,
it's ridiculous.
oh, and this is a question related to this, but also just like in general, something that would be really applicable for our team. In this scenario, would Sojourn, I assume, want to be on an off angle, and if so, like how sharp of an angle, or like how aggressive of an
man.
angle?
Okay, so I've been grinding the hell out of Sojourn recently because, to be honest with you, she's one of my weakest heroes, both to play and to coach. There's so much that I don't know about Sojourn that I'm teaching myself, like present tense. When it comes to Sojourn positioning in general, it's really fluid, but generally, she wants to play in the brawl more than you think she does. Has been my what I've learned recently.
Hmm.
Playing in the death ball to build up railgun and only spending moments at a time on an off angle with the charged rail shot is what a lot of really good Sojourns end up doing.
Interesting.
So she may
yeah.
have some aggressive angle with the overclock, but wherever it is, it's going to be within peel distance of like her Mei, Sigma, and BAP.
Okay, I'm definitely. I'm curious in a general sense about that. I'll probably keep an eye out for it. Just where Sojourns are playing in this match. Right now, she's on a bit of an
Yep.
angle.
So there's the angle. Yep.
It's like a soft angle, I guess.
Yeah, you see what I mean? She's not like far right.
Yeah.
Starting with a flux.
They beat the flux.
And
Hit
then
the
they
flux. He beat
beat the
flux. Oh.
Overclock.
And then Ohm's gonna overclock soon.
Just
Once
like
this overclock done.
It's no value, damn. Oh wait, no. They kind of do. Wait.
I gotta go back.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. He just got diffed. So lucky.
Wait, Ohm died. Oh.
Yeah, he just got diffed.
Oh.
Alright, hold up.
Straight up.
I gotta see what even happened the first 3 seconds. Like,
Yeah,
why were they able to
no,
just run
a
through
lot
this room for
happened.
free? Like, I don't fully understand why they're setting up so far back.
So, first off, it could be because Samoa's still a new map, and this could be a really good place to set up. I honestly don't know. I don't have the numbers. My instinct would be to play closer, but it could be that they're scared of getting Maywalled anywhere in that building. It kind of looks like one long curved choke point, if you think about it.
Yeah, I see that.
So they could be playing for these 2 choke points that gives them the Maywall advantage, and the spacing gives them the advantage with Sojourn ult.
It also, I guess, looking at where I Love You is right now, is it's like the closest thing you can get to a high ground. Like if they try running point and he's playing like at that door, he's gonna get run through. I don't know why they would run point, but also if they go left from this perspective, like by jungle, it's a pretty easy rotate.
Yeah, the more I look at it, actually, I like how Vicious is set up here. I think this is very good micro positioning and macro positioning.
Mm-hmm. I don't see.
I mean, it does feel a little gutturally wrong to give them the entire hut for free, but I think it's so dangerous to get Maywalled anywhere in there.
Can you tell?
So when you're
whose wall
attacking
this
there, you
is?
can take that advantage too. That is
Marriage.
That's Marit's wall.
Yeah, it's a whiff, I think.
Yeah, like honestly, on both sides, I don't see where
is
the
not
May
very-
value comes.
Wait, I was actually confused. What are they trying to wall? Like,
Sig?
with the merit wall. Who do you?
I'm assuming Sig.
So he gets lifted. Where is
Like, do you
Merit?
think?
Is that that's
Wait,
Merit?
is that Merit right there?
Right in front of us, yeah.
I have. Oh! It's because Proud has a rail shot.
Oh.
Proud has a railgun shot. Yeah, see.
Okay.
So he walled because he didn't want to get domed.
Okay.
Then wait, what about the next wall?
Or is it? Wait, is the color just bugged? Because when we change here, it's blue now. I can't tell, man.
I think those are 2 different walls. There's
Yeah,
there's
they're
like
2
red
different
behind.
walls.
It is?
Yeah, the blue
Yeah.
blue is Vicious, and then red is
This
F-
one
F16.
breaks. It just broke.
Yeah.
in
You're
this
right.
visual
Yep. You're right. They just built it. Okay.
So
Going
is
insane.
Wow.
is blue the like? Because normally
think-
blue is the left side, and red is the right side.
This is Vicious's wall. The blue is Vicious.
Okay.
The blue wall is Vicious.
I think this is super early overclock. I'm not gonna lie.
It was on tempo.
That blue wall was Merit's.
That was a terrible overclock.
Yeah.
Wait, you saying that was Merit? Oh.
That blue wall, I think, is Merit's.
Yeah, because it's
Is
still
it
up.
break? Oh.
And you just broke
I
it.
guess I'm wrong.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was Vicious. What was Vicious trying to wall then? What the hell?
I have no idea.
Bro, what?
It's really hard to tell whose wall is who with
Yeah.
this over.
Also, I think the spectator just has like the colorblind setting on.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like at first I thought it was like, you know,
Oh
part
yeah.
of the
No, I think you're
production.
right.
Lucio Amp was just red, so yeah.
Weird. That's
Oh,
wild.
crap, next fight. Oh, they
The
both.
defenders.
Oh. Okay.
The defenders have window. The attackers have blizzard and almost window.
Blizz. I guess. I mean, they're probably F16's probably gonna play slow. The build up May ult.
I agree with that.
They probably play and then play fast with it. I don't
Yeah,
think they would.
I think Vicious kites them across the bridge and windows to try to force them to low ground.
Mara's probably gonna wall the window and they're
Yeah.
trying to LOS it.
Yeah. Well, if they might just go low ground actually. No, that makes them wait to. Yeah, it's probably height, then drop to low ground and speed amp up the stairwell with Blizzard.
I think
Okay.
Chaos is probably gonna have to use his window kind of like mid fight, just as like a little bit of sustain, or maybe to finish kills. But
Maybe.
Vicious is on defense,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know if Ears is gonna use his window defensively to try and negate the blizzard, to an extent counteract it. Or maybe Merit saves his
No,
blizzard to counter the window.
they'll likely try to match Blizzard and window and tempo.
I got you. Because they almost have both.
يجمع المي قالت راح يفرق معهم بشكل كبير في الفايت القادم. بالضبط اللي جالسين نشوفه الحين ميرت بالبليزرد اللي ممكن نشوفه تحلم الفايت.
There's the window. Yep. As predicted.
Oh. Oh wait,
They got value before they built it. Merit never got his Blizzard. It's just hit their win con first try. Plan A worked. Sometimes it does.
Chaos didn't. How early?
That last fight where they both used Flux, where they all used Flux, Overclock, and Beat, that was like both teams getting to Plan C. This fight's Vicious's Plan A just pops.
Yeah.
But there it is. There's the kite across the bridge into the window.
Wait, Miraculous uses Blizz.
Yeah, he uses Blizz. I think.
That's because it's last fight.
Here.
Oh, it is okay. Okay.
I think he uses it like right now. Yeah.
But really, I mean, picking someone like that with the window is that's a death spiral.
Oh, wait.
He's too important for this
Oh,
fight.
I didn't notice they walled his
back.
window.
Some people do. I don't know how they stall so long.
Yeah. If you ever wonder how I got as knowledgeable about the game as I am, it's because this is how I've spent my free time for the last 7.5 years. That and playing and coaching. Now, if only I could aim.
Well, we all have our faults, so.
Whoa!
Oh, the coconuts drop.
What the heck?
I didn't realize that.
Wow.
That's
Must be
funny.
for a higher
Oh,
graphics setting.
Listen. You hear that?
Coconuts.
I don't know what any of the other words are, but
The Arab caster said coconuts.
Coconut.
Coconuts.
and some other words. Do we want to watch first fight here?
Yeah, sure. They should both pass to the high ground side of the point. Meet around the lava core.
Wait, is the map with the lava now? Okay.
Are you saying meet like at the top center of the screen?
Yeah, they should both meet up near that lava core.
Interesting.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Okay, so go ahead and pause it here. This is actually really interesting. It's generally been discovered by now, quote unquote, that pathing top to the lava core is optimal. So it's interesting to me that a team of this caliber is choosing not to do that. Oh, it's because they're on the Sojourn and sticking with it. It's because they're on the Soj. Yep, that's why. They want the longer sight line. Okay, that makes sense. Question answered.
And now we have an actual comp difference here. That's exciting.
شوف براود مكمل بالسم لكن قلب طيب.
I guess. I mean, what would the plans be looking like, right?
I mean,
I think
probably to play for walls.
Well, since
Or maybe
F16 has better poke, Vicious is looking to get as close as possible and start charging the sim. And then as soon as the sim's charged, they should walk. And F16 just wants to buy time for Soj to have a railgun. Once Soj has a railgun charged, then they might get aggressive.
So, do you think TPing like the entire team onto someone is like optimal with
It's
Vicious?
something you can do. I think more often than not, you're bait TPing. But I mean, if it doesn't
Okay.
work, you don't commit to it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
you can also use TP as like when they have that rail and they're looking to get aggressive, TP can be used simply just to dodge their aggression.
Okay.
It's a little different since it's so close to a mirror match. But like I was watching one of Commander X, coach for Spitfire, did a breakdown recently about how London played against Atlanta, and that was one of the big things he talked about is how they use their SimTP just to completely negate the Atlanta dive engages.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I think there was a video you showed of Spitfire just TPing out of a Blizz like the entire team, and like the Blizz got no value.
Yeah, but that's a different one, but the same concept
Wait.
applies.
Mm-hmm.
Bait TP.
صاير معانا الوال ينزل من الطرفين فايت بيكون طويل ما راح يكون سريع يعطيك. بالضبط اللي صار الحين فعليا كل فريق
There's the shove.
مستمر الضغط الحين ميراكلس موجود الان مع ذلك
See sim is 2-3.
And the value from the shove. Right, as soon as the sim gets high value.
الحين وعنده الفرصه في الفايت الحالي فريق اف 16 دائما نشوف كل ما طال الفايت يعني يلعبها صح لكن فريق ديفيجز جدا
They failed to predict and kite it.
الدمج العالي لانهم جالسين يلعبون بسيمترا فمضغوط مره فيها.
Chaos specifically should not have died that fast into Sim May.
When did he die?
Or he died first. Yeah, they just didn't kite. They got split. Half of them went to point. They got split. They should have been okay with giving up point and kiting back to buy time for their Soj to pop off. Their Soj didn't even pop off. Look at his ult charge. Come on, man.
30. He's probably stuck shooting Maywalls and Sig Shields.
Very true.
Which isn't. That's not like the Soj playing bad. It's probably Vicious consciously trying to prevent it.
Two things can be true. And of course, bad is relative. These players are obviously all very good.
Yeah. Wait, who's on?
Like someone.
Red is on attack.
Yeah. Someone's definitely gonna try. There's might just play slow to build up flux and engage with it once it's ready.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Are we gonna see an attempt to force Lamp out first?
I mean, possibly
They have
because
Sojourn, so it's possible they could. Yeah, while they're playing slow, they can. They might try to do that as well.
and I guess they're gonna save wall for their window.
I mean, I guarantee you, if there's a lamp, we'll immediately see the flux in response.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Iris going for the window really early, hopefully getting it off before someone can even look for a
The
flex.
spacing of the window is very important because if they're close enough that they can sig suck and speed amp through it, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
But you can also reinforce it with sim turrets, I guess. Never thought about that.
Also, Sim is just a dangerous combo with the window. It's not necessarily something they're like planning their fight around, but just a right click can one shot.
Thing you can do,
almost
yeah.
their whole team. I don't know the positions of this map well enough. Like I think I've literally never scrimmed this, or maybe I've scrimmed it one time. That's an early amp, actually.
There's like lava, and then there's like this small room globe.
Yeah, and there's the window, and someone has ice cooldown still.
I did not know that globe stretches that far, though. I'm not gonna lie. That is
Was lamp used?
It's the flux as soon as they got it. It was not used. They used it for the flux.
They held on to it. Yeah. Oh, and the blizzard got built.
Yeah, he built that fast though. Wait, wasn't he like 70? Or like
Blizzard builds hella fast now.
Can I see the sim wall? It was on tempo, but I want to see how he tried to use it.
He's at Merit's at
The
8
window,
right
the window is first, and they use the sig suck for the window. Immediately flux. That's on tempo.
now. Good dog.
That forces lamp, and then the sim wall is also on tempo.
I think it.
Oh, that's close. That's not a bad sim wall either. Merit's blizzard's just placed better. Oh, it's the wall. Merit's wall. Whose wall is that?
Damn.
That sucks them,
It's
man.
Merit.
That's disgusting. It's the wall. It's the wall diff there. Times a million. It's the wall diff.
Yeah.
Wall is such a stupid ability.
I love Maywall.
It's so dumb. It's one of the best abilities in the goddamn game.
they're definitely gonna save amp, the kite, the disengage the blizz. They're probably gonna.
They
What
could
high
anchor.
level?
They could anchor with window and beat.
Like anchor point with window beat?
No, anchor the blizz.
Wait.
That's what I'm talking about. Anchoring is not just
Oh.
for a point. So what you could do is if you play a split from your sig in a way that they can't get walled is obviously the biggest problem.
Mhm.
They have to choose between blizzarding the Sigma or blizzarding someone else on the team, just generally playing more wide, right? And
Yeah.
then whoever gets caught in the blizzard can get pocketed with a lamp, with windowed heals, with a beat drop. A sojourn can overclock to look through the blizzard. That's one way you can play around blizzard is to anchor it.
So like, so in order for it to work, your supports just can't be in it, and then whoever is in it, the supports will just pocket them with like the window and beat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Maybe lamp. Maybe yeah.
I mean, this
Okay.
play works even if you don't have window or beat. It's just obviously window and beat helps.
Yeah. The biggest thing comes into just how many people of the enemy team can see the frozen people.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. So. Okay, I got it.
I mean, maybe they'll do it. Maybe they'll show you what I'm talking about.
Hopefully.
Lord knows I've seen some teams be really good at anchoring blizzards. It might be difficult here because there's so many opportunities to get Maywalled while you're doing that. But I mean, you could even just put the Sig on like the close side of point and everyone else on the far side of point, and that might do it. Like,
Any other comments, Sean?
No, I'm.
might be. Yeah, I mean, I'm so scared of window early for blizzard. Maybe it's window early and kite the blizzard because they'll probably blizzard on the window. That could be fun. Like I said before, it's not a science.
I think the window would be defensive.
Right answers sometimes. Well, they need a proactive plan too, because like, what if Vicious never blizzards? What if they just flux instead? They still need a proactive plan. Here they're playing for railgun shots. It definitely looks like they're anchoring. You see what the Sig's playing? Look at this.
Yeah.
This is anchoring. This is 100% anchoring. Look at that.
The windows.
So they match
literally
windows.
keeping 'em up.
Yep, it's the windows for tempo. Yep. That is 100% anchoring. Oh, Sig gets solo flux and he gets pocketed with the beat.
And they match beat.
They match beat, so someone can flux here for free.
The blizzard's so
Or
patient
overclock.
for the
Oh, yeah,
mid
there's
flux.
Flux and blizz. Now overclock.
God, you see how well they played around the blizzard? Crazy. Back it up and break
Okay.
it down more. They played it around the blizzard so well. I mean, you can see what I'm talking about when you pause it here, right? Like, there's nowhere they can place the blizzard that gets the Sig and the backline while they're doing this.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Wait, can you pause real quick? So, the whole thing with anchoring is that you're just keeping the Sig like in a vulnerable spot, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like you're baiting him.
Somewhere they can't ignore. They can't get to the rest of you without going through the Sig first.
Okay.
He's anchoring. He's decided his whole value comes from him existing somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
which does, because if they commit resources to him to try to kick him out, we're going to commit resources right back.
Yeah.
And we like that trade for whatever reason. In this case, because it's the only consistent answer to the Blizzard. It's the only way to force the Blizzard out. And they very smartly on the other team, they use the Flux instead.
Yeah.
And they Blizzard mid-fight, hoping the Chaos will give them an opportunity. But honestly, they stay so good about it. If you watch how they're positioning, I wish we had the replay for the top-down. This is actually so cool from them. If you watch the top-down, you can see just how carefully they're spacing from each other to make sure they're always anchoring.
I mean, why
It's
can't
very
they,
cool.
Why can't Vicious just look for a sim TP with the Blizzard?
Okay, so you mean SimTP into the Blizzard?
to right now, like part of the reason why they can't Blizzard like Baptiste right now is because they have to get.
They can't
the
walk
sig.
to him. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, what if they just
That
get the TP from where it's
could
placed? But
be a thing, actually. Yeah, that sounds fun. That sounds really creative. That's the kind of thing that I would call for in game. That sounds really fun. I like that. Clearly, they didn't think of it, but I like it. Maybe. Yeah, no, I like it.
Wait, can Blizz be thrown through TP? Like it'll
No,
travel
you'd have
it?
to go
Oh.
through. You'd have to go
Okay,
through.
okay.
No, I like it. Flux the anchored Sig. He gets pocketed with the beat. And now, in the mid-fight, the Blizzard comes out. And look where all of the backline is for F16. It's so cool. They only catch the May. Goes cryo. Oh!
Damn.
Very cool.
last fight.
They're taking space here to poke for Blizzard, and they will Blizzard in the choke.
Oh yeah, Vicious.
Vicious sends Lucio to touch, and they take a normal 4v5 and try to eat the Blizzard. Never mind, they're just going to touch as a 5. I was wrong.
So I guess they're gonna save Blizz for when they touch point.
Yep, they're going to Blizzard on point. You know what? That does make sense. That's better.
I think.
Catches the touch.
Honestly, funny how similar it is to what I said previously. But Vicious, knowing that they have Blizzard, can try to just play stacked for like this engage, so they can TP out of the Blizzard. If they save.
Yeah,
the
you really
TP
like
out-
the Sim TP shenanigans.
Well, I mean,
they're really good, but they're not good consistency is the only thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because like
But-
one boop and it's
Emma?
like never mind.
Yeah, one boop, or even just like.
He can
quick-
pretty consistently TP himself out.
Yeah, quick focus fire even can be enough to break it if it's half a second slow, or a teammate is half a second slow.
Anyway, so I mean, with the wall here, it's still gotta be. May gets the touch.
TP's just to get in, I guess. Wow, how'd they build Simwall? I thought they
Wait,
were
they
like
flipped?
50.
Wow. Merit didn't get his Blizzard until 2 of his team members were dead.
Merit does nothing this fight. And Proud builds half of his ult.
Yeah, he sits there. Look, the 94 to 100 is almost natural regen. Look at that.
How is he just
It is.
not hitting a shot?
He just misses. That's real bad. That's
And
awful.
Proud is just farming
I
on
mean,
the sim.
you could tell that was their win con. That was plan A. And it just didn't happen.
Because, I mean, how could he possibly not build it?
Yeah, exactly. That's why Chaos dies for free. Because he thinks the Blizzard's coming.
Alright, well, now they have Blizzard.
Yeah.
Iris is gonna have his window for it. Most likely.
Yeah, I mean, unless they just try and amp speed and Blizz.
Simwall will cut off the Blizzard area of effect.
Oh,
I
wait.
believe.
It does that?
I believe so.
I don't think it does.
Yeah.
Because
No,
like
because
you can't.
isn't it
It's
LOS
just like
you gotta
it's just like Rhine Shield. You can't shield a. You can't shield freeze. I don't think it does.
Maybe you're right.
I mean, they did that earlier, didn't they? when Merritt had that
Oh, yeah,
you're right.
panel?
Yeah,
You're
it's
right.
Merit.
You're correct. You're correct. You're correct.
I'll just go back.
Yes, they did.
So I guess Vicious probably gonna save Amp to disengage the Blizz and then
probably-
re-engage its window wall.
It's probably Simul engage. Look at May anchor sig. That's and by the way, that's how clean and short a fight plan can be.
Say it again.
Is it Simwall engage, anchor sig, look at May.
Okay.
Why look at May?
To put pressure on her so that you can either
Why her?
kill her. She has Blizz.
So
She can either whiff the Blizz or just die.
She's the biggest.
Oh, threat.
Threat. There we go.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Really trying to hammer this into you guys' heads.
There were so many times during the review earlier where like you were clearly going for one of those, and I was just like sitting with my mic muted. I was like, guys, come on.
It's really quite
there's a Reaper
straightforward.
with Blossom in, like next to your backline. I wonder what the biggest threat is.
Well,
Sometimes there's gray
We're
area.
learning.
Like I said,
Yeah, of
like
course,
I'm saying, it's an art, not a science. Sometimes there's gray area, but it's really it's quite simple on average.
Yeah.
Biggest threat, biggest feeder, in that order of priority.
Yeah.
May's biggest threat. So the plan can be from the get-go, look at May. The specific intention here is if we look at May, we force her to blizzard fast, and so our SIG can maybe even eat it. And of course, we anchor the SIG so that in case it does go off, it just hits the SIG, and we can anchor in with the window. And the sim wall gives us good tempo for taking the initiative on the fight. It's a great plan. Vicious should win.
One of the only times I've ever eaten it was a grab as Sig. It was in a ranked game, and one of my teammates was like, bro, we're just going to sprint at the Zarya. All you've got to do is hold your hands. And I was like, bro, she's not going to grab me. We sprint at her, break her bubble, and she just throws grab into me. I'm like, oh. Okay. It really is that simple sometimes.
Delicious.
'Cause, I mean, if she doesn't grab, like, she's dead anyways, right? Like,
Here's the sim wall engage. And we're in.
They forced the fast blizzard.
They did look at May. Look, the May died. They looked at May. Look at that. That's anyone's game.
Hey, cool party trick.
Why did Merit try forcing this?
Because that's their win con.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like they could. I guess maybe they're trying to force two fights.
Maybe, yep, maybe.
وقفوه عند حده ولكن قلم وقف برضه ميراكلوس مع في الميز الان في هذا الفلايت في الضغط مستمر الى
This window actually should give it to Vicious. All the space that they get, this is awesome. Chaos matches with another window? No, they just soft reset. Mistake. Mistake. Great flux on the window. It's actually huge. Oh, it's huge. Oh my god. Very good form on the flux.
Damn.
This is your Overwatch League champion in action.
Hey, he's missing RuPaul. Okay.
True.
Are you saying RuPaul is his win con?
All right.
Yes.
Very good map. I love watching Overwatch, but I'm gonna head out. GG's.
All right, Owen.
Bye, Tom. I love
Peace.
her.
I will.
Thank you, Owen.
Thank you, Owen. Bye, Owen.
Jason, you want some oranges?
Genshin still doesn't work.
Do you want some oranges? in the
Bro is
meantime?
losing his mind right now.
No, I am. I've been trying to fix this all day.
You want me to do your dailies? Just in
No, it's
case?
fine. It's fine.
You want me to at least log on so you can get your primo?
No, it's okay. Dude, like, check this. Like, even if I want to go on, like, a Genshin website, it doesn't work. Like, I don't understand this.
Did they block it on the Wi-Fi or something?
Oh, there's no way they would. Look,
Why would they do that?
check
I don't
this.
know.
Your
Check
account
this.
banned. Skull emoji.
Check this, right? Let me just search Genshin, not work. I'm trying to figure out if any other people have any issues. Let me just search Genshin, right? Look, the Genshin Impact website, right?
I guess
It won't load.
build rail and then you can dive with the rail. So like,
You see how it's not loading? But watch this,
Yeah.
right?
like when
I
someone
clicked
America,
on-
when
I clicked
someone
on Twitter.
America for the dive, they're always gonna back off high ground, so the rail can probably finish someone off.
Every website works except for anything that's Hoyo.
That's so weird.
And Honkai works now, but Genshin still.
Maybe
build
sign.
rail
Jason.
What?
and just be
It's a sign.
aggro with rail.
No.
The school is telling you something.
This is what the launcher's doing. It doesn't have like any newsletter, and I can't click launch.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me too.
Like, what the fuck is this?
Wait, what do you think,
Pissing me
Adam?
off.
Do you want me to get you your Primas?
No.
Wait, they're not on.
No.
No, it's
right?
okay.
Okay, they're on Genji.
Not a problem.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Don't mind.
I think. Yeah, I mean, playing for rail is definitely that's one of their core conditions. I'd say that the core, like rail and anti, are the most critical like go signs.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of like in and out, like forcing sim TPs, forcing Mei walls, forcing sig hands, all that stuff. So I mean, I saw them do this 10 seconds ago before I went back and paused it, but like the defense is set on high ground. They're gonna go for it. And like one of these examples, like just engages to force cooldowns. Oh, they're also gonna just farm nano.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, that's fair. There's gonna be a bunch of soft dives, I guess.
Why did he? Did he just
Jason.
bait them into TP?
Yo.
I'm
I
on
don't know why
Valorant
he
right
doesn't
now.
stay up.
Oh, I'm probably not gonna play Val tonight.
That's valid. I'm gonna fix my 30% win rate on stage.
You should fix your Genshin launcher and then let me know how you fix it.
Oh, I really like that. They TP onto the back line. Did you see
Oh,
that?
all of them. Yeah.
As soon as the dive comes in, they TP engage onto the back line. And that's essentially trading backlines, like in a dive concept, except your backline's coming with you. This is
Is that something you can fight plan? Like TP when they oh, okay. Yeah, TP when they dive.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the same idea as remember how Owen was saying like they have the in the VOD review earlier when they were on that Doom Kiri Mercy comp. There isn't really a person you can dive. In a sense, there's not really a person you can F16 can dive here, because when you try to dive someone, they just disappear.
Yeah.
And Merit, how does Soj kill Lucio? Do you see Lucio?
No. I don't even see where Soj shot her orb at.
Crazy.
That's the one thing about this. I kind of wish we had like the actual code so we can see like the overlay. Wait, they're turning it.
The fuck? Wait, actually.
Wait, what went wrong with the? Wait, they gave codes?
Probably not.
No. Why don't they give codes? Is it like?
Didn't they used to?
They used to, yeah. In Overwatch 1, they had the replay viewer, like the owl replay viewer.
Okay.
But and it still exists, but it's not public anymore. It's only for coaches.
That's so weird.
And what's even weirder is Spylo has ranted about this for about 2 years now, is that they're not allowed to even like stream or like release content using the replay viewer.
Wait, what?
That's so weird.
Like if you look at all of Spylo's reviews on Owl matches this year, they're all
the live stream.
Exactly, they're all from the live stream. None of them are from the replay viewer. Even though he has access to it, he's not allowed to stream it.
That's so dumb.
Yeah. I don't know if Iris takes it. Let me know if you see Iris at any point here. Oh, there he is. Oh, he TPs and instantly lamps. He doesn't need the lamp. I think he kind of wasted lamp.
He definitely, if he had burst, he should have bursted first. If anything. But he's probably fine.
Lives.
والله يا شباب المونكي ما مات
I don't know if they're saying something monkey.
Why are they not 3 on right now?
I don't know.
I guess they don't go for
I actually had a situation like that for one of my comp games earlier. It was a payload, and we couldn't. It was on Kings Row. We didn't fully camp because we didn't have 3 on. I was like one of the people who weren't on, but we only had 1 pushing cart, and they were able to get the recontest because we were too slow.
Uh-huh.
But we still felt we still held them afterwards.
Yeah.
But like
Classic.
definitely that was like a little. That could have been a big misplay by us.
Yeah. All right. What's the game plan? Proud, I think switched. Proud switched from Sim to Bastion.
Sim the Bastion. Ooh, poor monkey. I think keep taking poke to bow nano, and then we just nano monkey.
I think there's an important step you're forgetting.
What nades?
What? Why can't we just blindly nano instant engage for a dive?
Well, because we all can't follow him.
No. It's the Bastion.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So why can't we
Bastion.
just nano instant engage?
Because the Bastion probably blow him up with the Sig in May.
So what can we do?
Could we like do a soft dive on the Triumph Force turret?
I like
and then
that.
come back with Nano Monkey?
Try to bait turret out and then re-engage with the nano instant?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I kind of think is going to happen. I think Merritt and someone are going to try to go for a soft engage. Try and force out the fuck. The turret.
Bastion?
And then he's probably gonna have his bubble forced, but then they're gonna go with the nano instant. They do have to build it first.
That is true.
I don't think they're gonna play for the nano blade because it's just not
He's too far away.
Well, yeah, he's far away from it, but also it's not a great comp to nano blade into. They're gonna have either flux or most of their team can survive slash dashes.
And
there's a lot of utility to counter it. I think in general, F16 wants to take a lot more time poking.
Yeah.
Oh, turret's out really early. So I think, did they bubble? They probably did.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I don't know why he uses bubble there.
I don't know.
I think they have to go like right now, or their turret's gonna be back. Okay, guess they're just. Oh, where the fuck did he come from?
Wait, where's the nano at?
Maybe they're saving it for the blade. That is the alternative option. I'm surprised they are, but Winston goes in there. They wall to separate him. Just on his own. Where's Bab? I think that's a mistake letting them die. Merit deflex. Okay, so they win that.
Wow.
No team use ults.
Okay.
Alright, Chief.
They're probably gonna play fast with Nano Blade, so they yeah, I think so. They might do a soft dive again to bait out turret, and then go for the nano blade, because they only have Blizz and Flex. But I guess
I think plan A for Vicious is to counter the Nanoblade with Flux. Plan B would be to use the Blizzard to negate it. So I think
The Blizz. Okay.
in just like when the blade comes out, try to essentially
Just try.
play in the Blizzard to negate its value. So honestly,
Oh, I see.
because of the tools that Vicious have to counteract the blade, I would not be surprised at all. I think first I would see someone go with Primal, and then Nano Winston following that. I think Blade is gonna come out mid fight. After a lot of those key resources have been used. I think similarly, Brig might use a rally to help survive the Blizzard, and the window is purely going to be tempo, probably to burn the Winston.
Gotcha.
It might be used in addition to the Flux as a way to burn whoever gets caught in it, depending on what the Flux is used on. I think positioning wise and like pathing, you didn't really talk about that. Who's attacking? Red's attacking, right? They're probably gonna keep supports back on payload. Look to take the fight just by first controlling this high ground where they're at right now. So just gonna be pretty crucial in that. And Vicious, I think, they have to try and
take high ground.
Yeah, I think they have to path through high ground, so they have sight lines on the objective. All right, here we go. Let's see how wrong we are.
I can't wait.
Maybe you're just right. It's just Nano Merit, and they just kill 5.
I believe.
This is a great spot for a nade, actually. I really like how they're holding. In my head, they were going to be a lot more passive. I like that the reason I thought they were going to be so passive is that I thought their Ana was going to be on payload too. Or instead, I guess.
I've never seen an Ana up here.
Never?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm so glad we're watching this. Because, like, as soon as I see him here, it just makes sense. Because the Ana's here, the Winston Genji can dive aggressively. They can take a actual engage here. With the Ana not present, it becomes 5 times more dangerous. Right?
Yeah.
If the Ana's on payload, like, you see where the Brig is in the cam on the right?
Yeah.
If the Ana's there, let's say just like Brig and Ana switch places, like there's so much less follow up, and also you don't have the anti. There's the Nano Blade. Importantly, they don't have Flux yet.
Yeah, because that was my whole thing at the start. Like if they play fast enough, they won't have Flux to even counter it.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, surely he built it. Exactly what I was saying earlier, right? With the plan A, how like Merit's Blizzard was plan A in that last map. Like Flux is plan A, but like I think they really need to use the Blizzard.
The Blizz.
Also, they walk out of Lamp. I don't know if Lamp is in a bad spot or they just walk away from it. They do walk away from it. I think maybe if he puts Lamp behind them.
Yeah.
Or they just walk forward. I think either option. They walk out of it, and that allows just 2 slash dashes. I will say though.
Why do you?
What's up?
Why do you Primal? That's what I'm confused about. I don't think.
They probably didn't. They definitely didn't need to. That's another problem mistake. But it's something to keep in mind. Probably part of why Iris backed out of the Lamp himself is that. I'm pretty certain, I'm very certain, that a Nano Blade can just single slash a Lamp. So Lamp is hardly a response.
So you Primal to take Sig out the fight.
Yeah, I don't think that was worth it at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're gonna have a recontest here.
I
would really
We're gonna
want
recontest with Blizz. Oh, never mind. Blizz is still gone. Probably gonna look to Flux. Maybe Flux window.
I think
Hmm.
so. For F16, rally is largely just going to be to sustain mid fight on the objective. It's not going to be enough though to survive their ult combos. And QLM on the Sojourn's gonna. This is just beautiful positioning. Obviously, he's gonna look to use overclock early just to deny any chance of a clean re-engage. Because of their numbers advantage, it should be a pretty easy win for F16. Honestly, I'd be surprised they even go for this.
I wouldn't be surprised if Iris uses window to try and pocket the Sig so Sig can stay card.
Sig contest point, yeah. I would also see if they're able to stall this fight long enough for the Bastion to get in position. A successful like Flux Bastion combo would kill anybody that's contesting payload. But again, I don't think that's really gonna happen. Partially because of F16's comp, they're probably gonna have like Winston or Sojourn or Genji. Probably Genji. Actually, I take that back. It'll probably be Brig. But in general, most of their comp is going to be hard to catch in a Flux. So I don't actually know if they're going to combo Bastion and Flux. Bastion Flux is really great when it's like Brawl v Brawl. Because you just get a 5-man Flux and then 5 people get hit by all shots of your turret.
Yeah.
Anything else? Yeah.
I was thinking, if since Bastion just got from spawn, he could ult to put the ult to Sojourn to cause the Sojourn to like use slide, like just get out of position.
Yeah, that could be good.
And then the Sig can go for card. Cause since that's a great spot for the Soj. They need to get her out one way or another.
There's the window. Iris uses window to not heal him at all. Actually, where is this window? How is he so weak? Overclock comes out to just pressure all these people running for the re-engage.
Uh-oh.
And the window has been able to keep him up. Proud does show up. Kills himself again. That's twice, actually. Blizzard is late.
Card? Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Flux though, because I feel like as a BAP player, well then again I'm not like top 500 like status at all.
They can
but
still make mistakes, especially like in-game mid official playoff match. Mistakes happen all the time.
Yeah, because I like hitting heal shots on an ulting Sig is hard because you can't really like shoot it off the ground to heal him. You have to hit like body shots or like bank it off a wall or something.
They can do that with ease.
Oh, never mind then.
Especially if it's like relatively close distance. Like if Sig is, do you see my mouse?
Yeah, I see your mouse.
If Sig is like anywhere in this range from where the BAP window was, which was like
oh no, but since the Flux is like right here.
Oh, I actually didn't see where Sig was.
I got you. Because I feel like that distance is like kind of hard. Oh, you see a heal shot? Oh.
The part of the issue is BAP is pressured. BAP has a Winston on him, so he can't, right? And that's why like, someone's position is so important there. But yeah, they weren't able to stall long enough. All of this is, I think, Proud. Honestly, if Proud just played with Iris instead of going on this flank, I think this becomes way more. Wait, Winston isn't on him. I don't know why he's so late.
I don't know.
Alright. Are they staying, Doom? Doom and Sig both locked in. This is weird. Alright, Chief. Which side are you looking at, or both?
I'm trying to do both.
Which
I guess. I'm gonna do Vicious.
Do you want to look at their comps first? Just for
Yeah.
half a second.
Mhm.
So what?
So
Yeah.
Ana Soj cancel out, but the difference: Tracer, Lucio, Diva, Genji, Doom, Brig. They have more survivability. Well, F16 has more survivability against dive than Vicious does. Because
F16 can survive dives better, right? That's what
yeah,
you said. Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
I mean, actually, I feel like both teams have like equal.
Yeah, it's different. The
Mhm.
utility comes in different ways.
Yeah, because the Diva has Matrix and her 2 shotguns, but F16 has the Brig.
Let's go person to person. Let's
Mhm.
start with the you choose. Who do you want to start with? Looking at the opposites, right? So
Mhm.
Tracer versus Genji, tank, and the
See
Brig
Tracer versus
Escape.
Genji.
Tracer versus Genji. So where are the differences there? What are strengths of Tracer versus strengths of Genji?
Genji has like more kind of more verticality than Tracer.
More verticality, fair.
What their cooldowns are like extremely different from each other.
Mm-hmm. How so?
Tracer has blinks and recall. So like,
What is that? What can
so
she do with blinks and recall
she
that you can't do
she
with
can
dash and deflect?
she can get in and get out safely,
Mm-hmm.
but he has to stay committed to dives.
Okay, fair, true, I agree.
I guess his only saving grace is his deflect and his dash, but like I guess sometimes he's gonna dash in.
So you're kind of saying Genji, when a Genji goes for an engage, like an offensive engage, is much more committal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But like, I guess that's it. I mean,
What about
Tracer's.
what about their just in the neutral when no team is taking a fight? How are they different? When no team is like actively going for a dive, how does like a Tracer want to play kind of versus a Genji?
Tracer wants to play closer to like the enemies, I guess, like on like a flank wise.
Mm-hmm. So like
But
again, you can see my mouse, right?
mm-hmm.
So like a Tracer on defense would maybe want to like play in this cubby, or maybe play over here in this cubby on like a hard flank.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
and Genji, yeah, go.
But a Genji's fine with like being with his tank, or like taking like I guess soft off angles.
Mm-hmm. Just slightly to the side,
Like
yeah.
slightly away, yeah.
Another big thing to, it's not big, and another small thing to consider is just the Genji has slightly more value playing at range than a Tracer does.
Oh yeah, because
Just
of his
'cause
left clicks.
Yeah, just the nature of his shurikens versus Tracer's pulse pistols. Pulse pistols beyond 10 meters are mostly useless.
Yeah.
What next?
Diva Doom.
Perfect. One last thing about the Genji is just the ultimate nano blade condition, or just dry blade condition versus just pulsing the back line. That's pretty straightforward. Diva Doom. This is the big one. One of the big ones, I guess. The support's also big.
I feel like if Diva dives, she's like fully committed to the dive because she only go in with her boosters. When Doom can like he can go in with either his slam or his punch, and then he can get out with vice versa if he didn't use both of them.
Wait, actually, can we come back to the tanks and do Lucio Brig first?
Okay, I got you. I think Brig has an easier time peeling for her Ana when she's getting dove. Lucio can only like boop and like speed away her Ana or their Ana.
Yep.
But Brig can like actively like throw packs. Like when she's hitting enemies, she's healing Ana, and like she has a shield. So the Brig can be safe as well.
So Brig can help survive dives in like. I guess that you could kind of use the term anchor in a dive, or like help anchor in a dive better than a Lucio can. Right? I mean, you can double triple pack someone and proc inspire, which is going to be a lot more impactful than just amping heals. You can whip shot away someone to let Diana keep doing what she's doing. Boop is pretty cosmetic. I think that's fair. So Brig is better at surviving the dives than Lucio is. All right.
I think Lucio's good at like negating dives or like canceling out like dives by using his boop.
Better than Brig?
I feel like it's easier to hit with Lucio.
I don't think that's much of a problem at this level.
That's true. That's true.
I think even.
So never mind.
I think actually even at like our level.
Yeah, it's still pretty.
I think you'd find it easier for a Brig than a Lucio because of the range of whip shot. Lucio boop, you pretty much have to let them be on you before you can boop them.
Yeah.
And even then, the boop doesn't push them nearly as far as whip shot does.
That's fair. That's true.
So I would give that towards the Brig. The biggest, as far as like surviving a dive goes, the biggest advantage Lucio brings is the speed for like repositioning. That's definitely the most important aspect there. But what is Lucio good at?
Moving. Like his his speed.
And how does that? This is part of the reason why I wanted to do the support before the tank. Is like, how does that impact?
Gonna head out. Good night, guys.
Good night.
How does that impact like the team?
What's it called? He's good at like moving like his sojourn or like anyone on his team in like a different position, or he can like take off angles with them.
Or his diva.
Yeah, or his diva.
I think from here we can kind of start to segue into the tanks, because again, this is why I wanted to do this before. Is like you started to say that diva is really when she dives she has to stay in.
But since she has a Lucio,
how does that change when you factor in having a Lucio?
Lucio can come with her and like amp speed her out, and she'll be fine as long as she like uses like amp metrics to cover some of the damage.
You can in a sort you can play it like a sort of rush-ish style where like you and Lucio can tag team and just run down anyone. Diva for a long time in Overwatch 1 was called just like Fat Tracer, like Tank Tracer. Because she's great at just hunting down targets that are like doing whatever the heck they want. That's why even in this screenshot right here, we see I Love You harassing this Genji. And Lucio and her can go on mini dives together and dive in the like run at whoever they want. Lucio and her can both get in and out kind of easily. What is so what is Doom really good at?
What is like punching people, I guess you can say? No.
I mean, like, yeah, but as far as like the macro of like taking an engage,
he has like different ways of like engaging. Yes.
like because like he's hyper mobile, right?
Okay, yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, he can get in and out repeatedly over and over and over again. He can slam in, punch out. He can punch in, block, slam in, punch out with a supercharged punch. Whatever. He is ridiculously hard to pin down.
Yeah.
Where are Diva's strengths?
Punishing dives.
Punishing dives. Okay. How?
So like if like the Doom goes on like their Ana or something, or like people going on the Ana, she can Matrix the Ana, negate all damage, or like she can just like try and burn whoever's on the Ana with like her guns
Okay.
and her missiles.
Missiles and Matrix in general. Yeah, she's really good
Yeah.
at dealing. Specifically, there are 3 characters on F16 that can get a lot of value through the DM. Who are they, and what can they do?
Wait, what? You said
3 characters
people.
on F16.
Mm-hmm.
3 characters on F16 can get value regardless of the defense matrix.
Oh, Brig.
Right? All of Brig's utility.
Mm-hmm. Doom.
Yep. Pretty much all of Doom's too. Besides
Yeah.
the shotguns. Like the primary fire.
I guess Genji.
Yeah, exactly. So something to consider, right? This isn't something. Something to consider is that like a Doom punch and a slam, your DM isn't gonna help that. The Genji dash, like that extra damage, or if you use blading, right, the DM won't be able to save you there. Also, brick packs can go through DM, as far as I know. Right, there's some things to consider. So tying this back to what Owen talked about again with the other team's Doom Kiri Mercy comp. What are we thinking? For both teams.
No, so if I plan out for both of them?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, that's so annoying. Oh god, okay. I guess you can try and do like try and die with nade from Vicious.
Vicious.
No,
is
I feel
on
like
defense?
yeah, no, I feel like for Vicious it's better for them to play second. Try and punish a dive. For F16.
Mhm. I'd agree with that.
And for F16, they wanna. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they wanna dive with nade and rail. See if they can burn someone, but I guess it's kind of hard. It'll be hard for them like to dive.
Yeah, I think here are a few things. Number 1, I love you and V Basil.
Excuse me.
They're gonna spend most of their time just denying angles. That's a good way of putting it. Is Vicious in general is just going to do their best to deny angles. Miraculous is probably going to be on the right side or the left side, just holding down that lane. I love you in V Basil. Again, like what they're doing with this. Excuse me, with this Genji right now. I think they're gonna just harass him as much as they can, keep him from being able to set up, keep him from being one dash away from Iris. I think Proud is largely just going to be looking for those frontline damage on the Doom. And then for F16, they're probably going to have to be doing a couple soft engages to just pressure out the D.Va. Like, someone's probably going to have to punch her off high ground a bunch, looking for nades as well. But as far as this fight specifically, I think it's going to take a couple seconds, like a while. F16's just going to take the free cart.
Until they get to the corner.
Yeah, and then they might, honestly, based on the ults, they might try and just rally aggressively into the backline. But at that point, it probably won't be It probably won't get value because of V Basil having their own sound barrier. So if F16 goes for that rally, V Basil is probably going to match it.
Yeah, okay. I feel like also they can just amp speed out of the rally too.
I don't know if you really need to.
Or just regular speed.
Well, no, I'm saying like you can probably fight into the rally. If you amp speed away from it, the rally health is gonna stay around for a while. Like you can kill through rally if a D.Va can kind of body a Brig.
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the time. Even though like she can't DM it, like if you just hit your shots, she does a lot to a Brig. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to playing the video.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while.
والله صار الموضوع خلينا نشوف اي لاف يو بالديفا واحد من افضل لاعبين ديفا الاول مره يلعبها معنا في البطوله جاب فيها توب 1 واتوقع تيك انه واحد
Well, everything I talked about Doom. They're on Zarya.
Yes.
I hate Overwatch.
You mean counterpick the game?
Yeah. So what changes? Just real quick. Don't have to go crazy detailed.
They lose their hypermobile dive character.
Okay.
And now instead they get more sustain.
Where is F16's priority now? Before it was on looking for dives when possible on the back line, right? The
Now it's
priority was Iris.
Now it's to survive dives and either go for I love you or miraculous. For when they dive.
I think in general, especially with the Zarya into D.Va, I think it's largely just going to be harassing the hell out of D.Va.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, as we see right now, QLM is staring at D.Va. I guarantee someone's trying to just constantly beam them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the beam. Because of the Zarya swap, they're able to just dominate this point.
Mm-hmm.
Though Lucio also is kind of awkward. Miraculous hasn't been doing shit either.
Yeah.
He's trying to be a nuisance in the backline, but it's so easy for a Brig to just force him out.
Mm-hmm.
I say that
Wow.
Where is Brig? Oh, Brig's focused on the front line, so this is free. Brig never packs him. Rallies and walks forward instead of carrying. And again, essentially, they're just looking to trade backlines at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nano Sojourn killing 3 wasn't on my bingo card.
Nope.
I didn't think about really anything except the rally. And they did rally and walk aggressively. I didn't expect them to leave the Sojourn out to dry. I think that was... They pack him right there, and that's the last time he gets packed.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the pack is kind of wasted. How does Ana die? Ana... Okay, yeah, Miraculous just kills 2.
Oh,
And
yeah, no, 'cause
honestly,
the rally is too
honestly,
far
the 2
in.
most important people. If Brig is with their backline, first of all, Sojourn stays alive, which is extra damage. But more importantly, they can Nanoblade and win this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can probably still kill this Lucio, and then at this point, they could be going for that Nanoblade.
Yeah.
Alright, now what? Talk to me, Chief.
They're probably just gonna nano Genji for an engage, and if they beat it, he'll blade after the beat. And they'll try and just like... Yeah. Nade Genji, and then we just like kind of brawl with it. Or nade Nano Sojourn. And just brawl with it. And if they beat, we can bubble blade. Like once speed goes away.
Mm-hmm. I will say I definitely like the idea of Nano Sojourn more than Nano Genji. If we're not blading with it. Nano Sojourn is just gonna be much more reliable pressure into the enemy team's comp. Like you can literally just Nano Sojourn and just demech D.Va for free.
Yeah.
And also just like the range benefit. Also, Genji has ult already, so he's not getting that extra bonus. Alternatively, Nano and Zarya. I think in general though, they're probably gonna want to play slow, unless there's a window. They're gonna be playing slow. So for Vicious, I'll just look at their POV since you looked at them. You looked at F16. Miraculous is going to do the same thing he did earlier and just control this lane as best as possible and just harass the backline constantly. They're probably going to look to... I think they're going to look to bully someone with the overclock early. They're going to be holding on to the Blade. I think if the fight draws out too long, F16 is going to put heavy focus into trying to demech I Love You so they can look for the grab too. Because it's definitely possible if someone is at decent charge throughout this fight that he's going to get this grab. And in which case they can look to maybe even grab Blade if the beat gets forced out early. Here's an important question for you. Remember that fight plan Owen gave where it was... What was it? It was
anchor your sig on point.
That was, funny enough, the one part I wasn't trying to remember. It was that plan though. It was sim engage, anchor, sig, look at May. So you checked off one of those boxes. You don't need to check all of them every fight, but in this fight, you call the core part of the plan is Nano Sojourn. What else is really important for this to get the value you're looking for?
Say who to look at.
Which is?
Eva?
Why?
Or Lucio?
Yeah. Why are you nanoing Sojourn?
To get a kill.
Why aren't you nanoing Genji?
Because they have beat.
Right. What do you want to do mid-fight?
Win a Blade mid-fight. Bubble Blade.
Right. And how is that going to get value? What has to happen for that to get value?
Either beat needs to come out or Lucio needs to die.
So, Nano Sojourn, look at
Lucio, Bubble Blade mid-fight.
Sojourn's gonna shoot the diva whenever she can't shoot Lucio. But think about it this way: Sojourn, if you say look at diva, Sojourn's gonna shoot diva, farm rail off her, and then shoot the diva. If you say look at Lucio, Sojourn's gonna shoot the diva, farm rail, and then one shot the Lucio. That's one of those core differences, right?
Got you. Yeah.
What about pathing? Oh yeah.
Yeah, hold on. So let me get some more cereal real quick.
Alright, I'm gonna actually do that too.
Okay. I just got back too.
All right, 1 second. All right, the one last thing. So we said Nano Sojourn, look at Lucio, look to Blade mid fight. What are we thinking about pathing?
Oh, pathing?
Here, I'll do Vicious
think from
first. Vicious
Okay.
first. I'll do real quick.
Mhm.
Miraculous is going to be on the flank. I Love You is anchoring cart. Supports are set up in the back line, and Sojourn's on a slight angle, probably to on the defensive spawn side of point.
So, hold on. There's one thing though. When it comes to pathing and like where people should be set up, doesn't that just like make the fight plan like too long then at that point?
Depends. Like pathing is.
'Cause I feel like this kind of pathing would be a little long.
Yeah. So at this point, it can depend. If pathing is a critical part of your plan, pathing can matter. Take like for example, and the other thing is pathing is one of those parts that can also be picked up by the mid-fight caller, who like is typically the tank, and it's Jack on your team now. So like, sorry.
You're good. You're good.
So like sometimes calling rotations and calling pathing can be reactionary. I think as far as this, what we're doing right now, simply saying where you think they should take the fight doesn't necessarily need to be something you put in a fight plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, my fight plan, what I made for Vicious, the only thing I would really specify is like Diva anchor cart. That would be the only thing I really specified. Beyond that, I wouldn't say, hey, Tracer, go flank, because Tracer's just flank.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. Okay. Then, for F16, I'd have Brig watch. Brig contest the Tracer. And have like the Genji Sojourn Zarya. No, just I'll have the Genji Zarya play up and have the Nano Sojourn like play like somewhere in between the Ana and like the Genji Zarya.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just like go left side. Or yeah.
Like left from the attacker POV or left from the defender POV?
Left from attacker POV.
Okay. So like kind of run it down main?
Yeah, I feel like that would be fine.
I honestly think that's mostly fine too.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I would slightly change.
Mm-hmm.
You're nanoing Sojourn. You can be aggressive and you can give her bubbles and she can like walk with that.
That's true. That's true.
I didn't win. I'm so sad.
What happened?
I didn't win.
No, rest in peace.
They're
Oh
holding-
no!
They're holding a lot more aggressively than I expected, which is probably a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Nanoblade is just an awful idea.
Yeah, that was like the one thing I was afraid of.
They do still get the Lucio through it.
Mm-hmm. We almost died to it because of the overclock.
Diva's anchoring cart right now.
Mhm.
ولكن برو جاب البيك وبيك ثاني حاليا اتوقع كيوس راح يرجع معنا للان رجع والله معنا
But running Rosaria is so cringe. Damn.
رهيب
The
يعني
hell?
I love you اسطوري ديفا مو قاعد يموت ابدا بالرغم من الضغط الكبير
Oh God. Okay.
Let's wait a second, make sure they're on real comps.
Mhm. I was about to say. I was like, merit.
All right.
Okay. Low key, I think they're just probably gonna keep Diva Bomb just for the anchor on cart. Oh, hold on. Let me go to F16. They're gonna try. Okay, they're gonna have a Lucio and Sojourn play like on an off angle maybe, and have their Bapzar May. Excuse me, and in main, looking to isolate someone with wall. But someone's gonna want to use Grav either. Someone use Grav on like the backline maybe. Yeah, so Grav backline. Look at Ana, if at all possible.
Okay.
Yeah, because the only thing, because now we have Bab. They also have Bab, but we also have May. They still have Tracer.
So here's what I'm thinking for F16's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, Diva eating Grav is a threat.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if threat is the right concept, because threat's the term we use for like danger, right? Like Nano is their closest threat, really. But Diva, let's call it a threat. Eating an ult is essentially the same value as using an ult yourself. So Diva is kind of a threat here. So pressuring her could be good value. Why do I do that?
Wait, what?
I'm in the middle of a thought, and then I put cereal in my mouth. Like, again, pressuring Diva is a threat. It's probably the most immediate threat if we're looking for a Grav. The second biggest threat would be the Nano. They don't have it yet, and it's very possible to kill the Ana before she gets it. But if we put focus into the Diva, they're going to have the Nano in like 10 seconds. So it's like a kind of trade-off. Again, the Diva's on the defense here, right?
Yeah.
So something else we could look to do is we could look to play for the overclock as well, because they're essentially going to have it.
That's true too.
Could maybe play for overclock and just grab if someone dangerous gets nanoed. I'd be scared of the nano is probably going to use to keep anchoring the Diva actually.
Because I feel like they're gonna use Diva Bomb for the anchor as well. So if they get nano, then that Diva is gonna be able to hold point for like forever until they use their ults and all their cooldowns.
Yeah. They also have
But
yeah.
One thing I was thinking about, since Trace is most likely on the flank again, so they could just amp speed and just try and burn the what's her name? Ana. Depending on how far away she is, of course.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be super possible. They also have BAP, which isn't necessarily better than Brig, but it's pretty equal. With Shift and with Lamp. And just raw BAP heals. Alright.
لا ومتاكد ايضا انه بيخلي الديفا ممكن حياه ثانيه يحاول يعيش فيها قدر المستطاع ضغط حاليا بيكون كبير معنا على فريق
Diva's definitely anchoring again. The biggest question is where the grab comes out. They are rotating onto the back line. Oh, that's big.
Okay, well.
Tracer comes in. I don't even see him, but Tracer dies there. And Merrick gets the kill. But Nano Diva, and she is Diva Bomb still. And someone's low. And he gets lamped. But he gets lamped, which means it's a free grab. They're anchoring this cart really well.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Blizzard was just not at all. So I didn't think the fight would last that long. Window 2 and beat.
Sleep.
Now they're just trying to win this fight here and now.
Mm-hmm. That's tough. They couldn't win it. They're on Sig now, though.
Alright, what's up? Let's make this one a little quicker than the last one.
Yeah, of course. I think they're just gonna try and poke out the Sojourn, or they got F16. They're gonna play slow to poke out the Sojourn, or try and kill someone. Either Sojourn or Ana. Build a rail. Try and kill the Ana in the back. Because Nano is like the biggest threat right now.
Pressure on him. Try to make her just force out the nano early. Maybe make it sloppy.
Yeah.
Wait, who is pressuring the Ana? Everyone, or certain people?
I mean, I guess it can be the 2 DPS and someone. Sig.
Okay. I think the Diva is going to be in the way for a lot of that. That's part of the Diva's job is...
Yeah.
Again, it's the concept of how Sig was zoning via the Blizzard, if you remember that. It was impossible to get a good Blizzard to hit both of them. Because just the way someone was playing. I think I Love You here is just going to make it really hard to get to them.
So then just Tracer put pressure on Ana.
I think
Tracer. Wait, Lucio. Oh, Lucio can go with Tracer.
That's true. I think F16 in general might play slow and try to play for. I mean, just in general, play for rails. Maybe even look to build overclock or like build window. Because like right now there are no ults. In the neutral though, like playing for rail, like you said, it's going to be one of those core conditions. Nano's so good. I'm a little surprised by that. They're definitely just looking for that kill, but he couldn't get any sightlines with it. Now he finds it.
I love you حرفيا جالس يمتعنا بالديفا جالس يمتعنا بالسيجنتشر هيرو بسبب ضغط كبير وكونتست طويل ما حد يقدر يوقف عند حده
I don't know if you're listening to the casters. I love how they just randomly say English words. Like Coconut earlier, all of a sudden I heard I love you signature hero. I was like, alright, I assume he's a diva player. Dude, why are they talking cursive?
Oh god, why are they talking cursive? You know, but I'm barely paying attention to what they're saying.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that ever like hits me is like you said when they say English words, and I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's all just blended slur words together. So
Yeah.
like to my ears, obviously, if I knew the language, it would make sense. But
Mhm.
all right, what's up?
We're gonna have to try and get Lucio to touch. Wait. I close this card. Oh, never mind. No. Never mind. We don't need that. Yeah. We have Sig. So Sig anchor point.
Okay.
Play for overclock. Play for overclock and beat. And target the Sojourn.
Target Sojourn.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's say flux their window too.
Oh crap! I didn't even see it. 84%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
That's our closest ult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say flux the window. Maybe overclock on the. Yeah, use our window just to kind of a
Keep Sig alive.
tempo window. Yeah, and overclock essentially is tempo damage too.
Yeah.
I don't imagine Blizzard is. If Merit survives and this fight goes long in OT, Merit will definitely build his ult because of just the double support, double flex support pocket on a D.Va. Like it's just free ult charge for a Mei. But there's a chance they do what they did earlier. They path left through the little doorway and try to run onto the back line. Pulse could be dangerous. Whiff. He almost jumped into it.
Oh my god, that scared me so much. Because it looked like he was.
بالضبط جالس يصير الحين لكن رغم الضغط هذا كله لانه المجرمين ما كان يسوي تاتش البوينت بيضطر انه ينزل رغم انه لو اتش بي لكن الان فريق ذا فيجز اي سبورت مقفل كل ثغره وكل فرصه قلم بالرد مع البيت اللي جالك برضو من هاكو قلم هو اللي يقلب النتيجه لكن
No way, bro. Why would you stand still?
Bro, I thought I got trapped, but I was like, wait, they don't have a jump.
That's... Oh, they were so close to turning it over. They were so close to turning it.
What the? Oh, Doom Punch. I was like, how is that a 4-man stun?
That's insane. Okay.
I speedrun this.
Alright. Pretty much play for antis and like disruption with the Doom Tracer. And Vicious wants to like TP when they dive, like TP backline. Yeah.
TP backline. Oh, massive
And
engage. As simple as that. They hit him in rotation. That's a... Yeah, that was just a clean fight win. And comp-change.
Alright, let's see.
Why would they play the BAP with it? I wonder if the BAP is purely just to give more sustain to the D.Va.
Probably.
While also being able to like keep Ana alive. It's also self-surviving too.
Pretty much Vicious plays second in the dive, and Doom keeps trying to play disruption and like trying to isolate people.
Just harass, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna go deep on the back line with his ult too.
Yeah, the Tracers mark each other, okay.
Probably gonna go deep and stay deep actually. Pulse could be big on their support. They might look for the pulse before the Doom engage.
Ooh, maybe not now.
He's getting pressured hard. There's the Doom engage.
حاليا يحاول يجيب البيك براود هو اللي جاب البيك ممكن نشوف بنش حاليا من سمون يحاول يجيب فيها التريسر لكن كانت قريبه جدا النانو قريبه.
Oh, Merrick dies before pulsing actually.
Damn, okay. I didn't even notice that. Damn.
That's the point. Alright, next fight. You've got like 15 seconds.
Alright, so Nano D.Va engage. And Nano break to survive the dive.
I'd probably Nano Echo personally.
That's right. I mean, I don't really... Yeah.
Nanoing D.Va is in the comp that they're going against. who can Diva really get? Like, who is Diva going to kill with the Nano?
Not really anyone.
Not really
Maybe
anyone.
Sojourn if Sojourn's like really
Sojourn
by
has to be
like
feeding.
feeding. Yeah, but other than that, no one.
Brig is really the only one I could see.
Mm-hmm.
Like her
Unless
being a kill. Like
Doom.
If Doom is in without cooldowns, Nano and Diva could kill him. But someone knows they have Nano. And that's something he's being conscious of. Like, whenever Nano, while Nano is still in the cards, it doesn't matter who gets Nano. Someone is going to have a cooldown available to disengage the Nano. Yeah, I think Nano and Proud here is probably the best bet, just because he can fight the Sojourn much more consistently, as well as be way more threatening on the back line. I wouldn't be surprised if they overclock in response to a Nano, but got so many ults here.
Yeah.
And Bap just died. They could still Nano. They could Nano Echo, let her go deep, and then she can dupe if she needs it. I think the overclock might be used as soon as dupe is popped. Maybe they Nano rally.
Like Nano rally to survive the dive.
Yeah,
or
depending on who gets duped, Nano rally could be big.
Yeah, I got you.
Windows purely going to be. It's not going to get a lot of value realistically. Nano right onto the back line. Rally comes out to survive it. Did I say rally? Did I say rally or overclock?
I
don't think I thought they had. I didn't think they were gonna have rally at this point. I'm not surprised by the rally, but I definitely said they were gonna overclock it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And rallies for the Nano Echo. They use dupe now. Wait, when did Nano get used?
Which is underneath right here.
Who gets it? Does Brig
Echo
get
has it.
Brig? No.
Oh.
Chaos uses it. I think Brig also gets Nano, so I think it is a Nano rally. I expect the overclock to come out when this dupe is used. Okay, they actually just punch him and doom diff him, but the overclock now does come out, and that makes sense because like as soon as you kill the Echo, they're gonna look to fly. Window comes out, but it's useless. Merit uses the pulse, or Merit, yeah. Oh, Merit does. I think that was a wasted ult. This is a stagger. Alright, Chief. Tank ults. And a Brig swap.
I was eating.
Tank ults and a Brig swap.
Alright, doesn't keep trying to play second. Vicious just wants to keep playing second. And burn the Doom when he dives, or try and punish.
Punish the Doom engages, play second.
F16 is gonna keep. He might. Doom's gonna go in deep with a nade and then Doom ult to either get out or stay in.
Okay. I think another thing to consider is just these fights can very realistically just last long enough for these ults to get built.
That's true.
That's something we can. I don't necessarily plan for at this point, but keep an eye on it. And as soon as you recognize it, bring it up and say like, "Hey, and now X team is going to use X ult."
Got you.
That's your MVP.
Wall stunned. Wall stunned. Oh, yeah. That's my MVP right there.
Oh, it's just a neutral. They didn't.
Oh.
No,
That was, that was a little scary. No.
How'd they win? QLM got an early kill.
You gotta with his orb.
Yeah.
Adam.
He doesn't
It doesn't
slow.
slow anymore. I think the biggest play was that wall getting stunned.
Where is Iris right now?
I think Iris is coming back from spawn actually.
Did Iris die early?
He was like, yeah, Anna in the back. Anna's in the room actually. With the mega.
The right now to the right of the screen.
Like right behind Doom. That's where Anna is. Hold on. Play real quick. Yeah, you see right there. Pause. That's Anna next to the brig.
To the
No,
left of the reticle, by like that red mark.
Yeah.
Right there, yeah.
Mhm.
So she's in that mega room right now. Okay, so she never crosses. Yeah, she's still pinned there.
Interesting.
I think I just saw her in main.
No, she's still there. I see her crouching.
So Iris just wasn't in a position to help their rotation at all.
Mhm.
And still isn't. Iris backs off so far. I love you gets demacked. It's bad. Alright, go for it. This fight.
Doom's gonna anchor cart. Doom anchor cart with Doom ult. They're probably a Sojourning, Nano Sojourn coming up.
I really don't think Doom's gonna be anchoring cart. Doom almost never wants to anchor cart.
That's true. Then Doom keeps.
Typically, Dooms want to touch cart at the last second they need to.
True. Okay.
I say that while Doom is kind of anchoring cart right now.
He's. Dude, this is my MVP, man. I know how he plays. I'm in his head.
Alright, so continue from Doom's gonna anchor cart.
I would say Doom anchor cart.
Yeah.
And, Maris gonna look for a pulse bomb. And a potential nano to either Sojourn or Doom.
Pulse who? Who do you want to pulse the most?
Ana.
Okay.
Either Ana or Soj.
Okay, why each of them?
Ana support, so it takes out less healing, like major healing for the enemy team. And Soj is like a big DPS, so massive damage loss for them.
In the next 20 seconds.
Oh, well, Nano.
Who's gonna be the biggest threat in 20 seconds?
Ana. Well, whoever gets nanoed.
Unless she doesn't get the nano.
Mhm.
Unless Merit sticks the pulse on Ana, and they don't get to use nano this fight.
I've never seen Merit miss.
Facts.
Mhm.
Oh
yeah, for Vicious.
Yeah, I mean you don't necessarily need to, but I think in general they're gonna. I mean, I love he's gonna eat the pulse. Obviously, he's he's marking Tracer right now. I have no idea where.
Wait, is he actually? Wait, oh.
I have no idea. I don't know where I love you or Merit are, so we'll see.
No, for the part didn't get out.
I love you should be keeping tabs on his backline and Merit right now, looking to eat this pulse, because eating pulse is very realistic for divas at this level. Proud probably wants to. They probably want to play relatively stacked with Miraculous taking a bit of a off-angled pressure and just harass the backline.
Got you.
You see Merit? Oh, he's.
I see him now. Oh, no, not anymore. I still don't know where he is.
Nano comes out. Hey, now Sojourn's that big threat.
Are you used? Okay, they pretty much disengaged Nano. They're probably gonna come back with like either Nano Doom. Yep.
بالضبط جالسين نشوف الان فريق اف 16 مبدعين الان في هذا الفايت يلعبونها بالهداوه اللي اعطوهم فيها الفرصه فريق ذا فيشز يدري ان معهم الالتيات وهذا اللي ضيعت عليهم فرصه اكبر لكن فريق اف 16 الى الان ضيع وقت مره كثير وباقي 50 ثانيه فقط 50 ثانيه فقط يا عتيق والبيل.
Alright, now what? I'll back it up to the end of the fight. Alright, now what?
Pulse Brig and we can like overclock and we can use overclock in that rotation for their rotation.
Okay. This
Maybe
is
like-
also last fight. I'd probably.
Oh, yeah, like-
They're also gonna look to rally in the mid fight for
Mhm.
sure. Probably early rather than late. But free stick on Iris.
Too good, too good, too good.
Definitely. I think he's gonna try and pulse Brig, but there's a chance that the Brig survives.
Yeah, because doesn't rally cancel out
You
pulse?
live at like 5 HP.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen QLM miss those shots. Oof. Damn.
خصوصا انه بس استخدم فيها الرالي عندهم فرصه الحين في الفايت الحالي وما زالوا موجودين الحين والبيل جالسه تتحرك لكن فريق اف 16 ذكي فريق اف 16 تراجع بعد مره واستنى فيها وتشوف حتى برضو قلم موجود الان يكمل اياها برضو سمون وصارت جدا صعبه الحين فريق ديفيجن جاء اوراق جالسه تتلخبط مع ذلك بالدشة جالسه تصير الحين قلم انها لك اياها ورجع لنا التاتش فيها سمون وفريق اف 16 تفوقوا فيها مره ثانيه فازوا في الماب.
Hey, it's Kariv.
Oh my god, I don't know who that is.
What?
Hey guys, today we're making an omelet in a cup.
Excellent.
Agilities is Miles' favorite player.
Miles?
First step is to add this cooking
Oh
oil
god.
to the cup so it doesn't stick. Only a little
Brady.
bit.
I think that's his name.
Okay, good. Then we're gonna crack 2 eggs into the mug. Okay, good. You crack 1. Perfect. Perfect. Maybe shell. It's okay. You get it.
Yes?
You got it?
Yeah.
Liar. Don't
Wait.
worry.
You can eat it. It's okay.
No, I don't want to eat shell, dude. I lost it.
We will take 2.
Nice, I got it.
Nice.
Good job.
Good job.
Alright, now we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of milk, Crib. So we need.
Tablespoon?
What is a tablespoon?
This maybe?
Okay, let me see.
Why do they just
This.
That's half a teaspoon.
It's okay. You
How
can
much?
do
How much
both.
half a teaspoon is a tablespoon?
4? Maybe 4?
I think you're wrong.
Yeah, 4.
Hey, closer. You crazy? Closer.
1, 2, 3, maybe 6, 4,
Okay.
5.
Wait a second.
Plus
Are you sure? Okay, I trust you.
6.
Okay.
And then?
You want some milk?
No.
Okay.
Oh, it might have been a
And now we're
half
gonna stir it with a
tablespoon.
fork,
Or a
right?
half teaspoon, I guess.
You want to stir or you want me to stir?
No, you do.
Okay.
And bit with fork. It's okay or more?
So right now it's just eggs and milk. Like you're gonna make scrambled eggs.
Good.
Or
Good.
Why are they doing it in a cup though?
Add cheese.
I think they're gonna microwave it.
Add some cheese.
Wait.
Cheese is good, so.
Yeah, it's
No,
all-
deadass. I think they're gonna microwave it.
What?
No, you want pepper?
Yeah, pepper.
Okay, you want to cut?
How many?
As much as you want, not too much though.
Too much? You don't. And then.
No. Okay, that's a lot. That's just awful technique, Chris. Only a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Crazy guy. Okay, enough is enough. Enough.
Okay, enough. Okay.
Now we add the other extras, like a sprinkle of salt. Oh my god.
How many?
A little bit.
Like that?
That's too little bit. Okay, give me.
More?
Are you
More? More?
You're such a troll.
Good.
Good?
Good.
More.
Okay, more.
That's it.
Not crazy. Stop
That's
it. Alright, Crab, now we're gonna stir it again.
Mhm.
Make sure it's well mixed. Oh my
Maybe,
god.
maybe more cheese?
More cheese? Yeah, more cheese.
Maybe more cheese.
Okay, more cheese. Okay, a little bit more.
That's it. And then Minecraft 13 seconds.
Minecraft for 13 seconds?
Minecraft, microwave 30
Minecraft?
seconds.
Okay, Crab. Now, this looks stirred, right? Right, camera? For 30 seconds, we're going to microwave it. Okay.
Excuse me?
How do you do it?
Okay.
No, I do it. Shut up.
Maybe take it is 2 hours. Oh.
Okay. Shut up, dude.
1:30?
Don't tell me they
Stop
drink
at
it.
1 minute.
Okay. Maybe stop at 1 minute.
Stop at 1 minute.
What is this?
Green onion.
Okay. Make sure. I'm caught a little bit.
Hey, not that. Other end. Other end.
Here.
No, other end. It's green onion. Okay. Alright, so every 30 seconds we're gonna take it out and we're gonna stir it and then put it back in.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Good job.
3, 2,
1.
1. Okay, this looks better. Just one more time.
Oh, maybe one more time?
Yeah, one more time. Can you move, please?
Yep. Nice. One more time. Nice. You big brain. One nice.
What?
Big brain.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Intentional. Maybe one more time. Oh, crazy.
Oh wait, almost.
Okay,
Lost.
so we're gonna keep stirring it every 30 seconds until it looks ready. What do you think?
Oh, perfect. A little bit.
Okay, that's a lot. What is wrong with you?
Too much cheese.
Really?
Too much, yeah. But tastes like a little bit umra. I like it.
No, no, bud. Cut.
Where's ketchup?
With ketchup? Are you serious?
Omelette
Amen.
and ketchup is
Amen,
best.
Karev.
No, eggs and ketchup is not good. Please
It is
don't.
good. That's crazy.
Griff,
Omelette and ketchup is good.
I'm gonna puke.
Mmm.
Okay, I need to leave. GG's.
See if I can find an actual. Yeah, they had a Gamer Snacks series.
They just make food.
This isn't meant to be a weird video. An iconic duo.
Shared a nice little hot dog.
You just dominated me.
Let's go.
Bro, I
So
missed
you'll be
it.
back when? September?
I'll be back like
Oh,
halfway
Kaden?
through
Yeah, I miss Kaden too.
Ow, do you just bite me?
I'm sorry. I said careful.
Wait, are they in a relationship?
No.
Okay.
Players of the day. Alright, break these comps down for me. Old Overwatch.
Okay, I got you. So LA Glads, you know, typical dive comp with the goated backline, Zen Mercy. Oh my god. Everything's the same except for agilities on Junkrat. This is... Oh my god. So Monkey goes in for a dive. Diva backs him up with Ant Matrix. While Sombra, Tracer are behind the enemy, like hacking and shooting.
Yeah, and Sombra's gonna be looking for one of her I can't even think of what it's called. The awful new ability.
Virus?
Yeah, Sombra's gonna be looking for a virus on the dive target.
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold on. Sombra can still hack in Overwatch 1. I don't think I played too much of Sombra in Overwatch 1.
Sombra's hack.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't give the damage buff, but it had a longer cooldown, but the silence effect of it lasted the entire duration. It lasted a full 5 seconds or something.
Oh damn.
I don't know, it lasted a while.
Mm-hmm. And invis and everything was still
It'll be a rip tire out of the spawn here for agilities. See if he can get it. Oh, it's 3 players.
Damn.
Huge rip tire there.
Self-destruct thrown to the point. Fate goes down. Fisher trying to return, and Kareem found Bishu after he removed from his mech. The self-destruct didn't really claim too much at Kareem.
Well, here we are, and week 3.
Oh my god, I know these two.
Stage 3 is kicked off with an absolute bang. Matt, we've had some incredible games, including a huge battle for LA face-off between the Valiant and the Gladiators, and I feel like that's definitely both the game of the day for both of us. I think we saw some incredible stuff there, but I have a feeling your player of the day might be from that match. Matt, who was it?
Mine is going to be Agilities. I thought he was amazing today playing Genji. I thought his Pharah was good. You saw why he was so important to bring back into the lineup. He's such an explosive player. He was a real difference maker, difference maker for me in that Battle of Los Angeles.
And it was an epic battle. Went all the
I wish I was watching.
Definitely check the VOD if you haven't seen it. The thing is that I saw
oh
the
my
Valiant
god.
had some really average maps in that 5-map series, but one player for the Los Angeles Valiant who stood tall despite this was Kareem.
Oh, is this the Mercy saving Pharah during...
Yeah, I don't know if it's... I have no idea what to Google to find it. Moth... SF... Shock... Pharah... Surely not.
There is nobody that knows. And of course, to remind you guys, in the previous...
It all comes together and it forms a beautiful...
No, they're not on
if they can actually find any picks here, though, because it seems like Valiant are currently holding...
They play on their...
I like to take credit.
Well, you can.
Unfortunately, couldn't make Shanghai
I think
win.
it's this...
Okay. All right. Now, I got to get my mind back in the casting mood.
This is a different era. Oh, my. Oh my, Sleepy's on the roster.
I was ready to have a discussion about hype.
That's true.
Energy and team.
Ooh, that's Smurf.
The Shock fans in the crowd are certainly going to be hyped about that.
Damn, he must be old. That's how. Oh, how old is Smurf? He's like 20... Oh. Never mind, not that old.
23, 24?
Yeah.
After creating maybe back in the... Gibraltar is as a map. Well, look at this. I mean, the striker of this... They're the
Are you
ones
sure it was on Lunar Colony? Or...
Yeah, I'm quite confident. Why is this the most replayed?
Doubts to myself, but you know we won at the.
When might it have been?
Compete in the Widow v Widow this time where he very slightly failed on round 1. This one out patiently drops in onto that. It's in that regard. On this map, especially because in Risa setup.
EPS Doom.
The Dragon Reaper, and they're gonna look.
Dude, they were playing Pharah literally at the start of this round. Why did they switch scopes?
Back. Not gonna be.
Sinatra as well, knowing that he was out of fuel. Fires.
Maybe they played pharmacy on attack. What if I found it? Oh my god, hold up. Overwatch 1
Meteor strike is in. Youngjin looking for a place to land. Doesn't get anybody with the impact, but Rascal's still gonna get cleaned up.
Why doesn't he powerful?
That's what I'm saying, bro. What's that uppercut he's doing?
One tick nearly grabbed here, now gonna have it.
You're not supposed to have uppercut. Uppercut.
Transcend comes in from Violet, but it's too late to try to save Malt's life.
Wait, what'd you say?
He'll get cleaned
I
up.
said Dune's supposed to have uppercut.
They have to stay glued to this point.
That's
from now
weird.
on. Managed to find the kill onto Youngjin. Dead.
Wait, you might have passed it actually.
He's placing the Dragon's Ding, carries the fight against 5
No, it was the shock. Oh wait, did they? What the hell?
Placing the Dragon, they can take the fight again on the
No, shock haven't attacked yet. Was there a timeout?
They went forward. Stage 3 will be that in the thing. Just the McCrow. Oh, the hack on the shield battery up. Jump into the back for over. Yamsu take great again.
I know for certain
this time.
It was on first point and Moth was playing the Mercy.
Get
Oh, it goes overtime.
differently than the looked against this combo
Maybe.
here.
Jumping up, Barrage gonna be coming through. Sitting the Barrage before Luffy does.
Wait, but okay.
To escape the Batiste comes through. Campy pick here for the side down. Luffy was on revive. Heroic that moment. And this is winnable for without a Reinhardt, because here have to change it up. They're going back to Reinhardt Zarya, but it's cost them a lot of time. I'm able to find a Barrage just gonna be layered.
Oh shit! No, this is it. This is literally it right here. I was so certain it was Moth's play this whole time. Watch what happens.
It's coma.
Time and a lot of ult charge.
Yep, still 3 minutes gonna be remaining. Looking for that boot back. Cuss of blast. I'm able to find a Barrage just gonna be layered in. Tries to find the kill, and actually Violent gonna be taken down.
Damn.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Yep, still 3 minutes gonna be remaining. Looking for that boot back.
That's so big
Barrage
too.
comes out.
I'm able to find a Barrage.
Gets packed. This old brig gave the armor.
Mm-hmm.
Gets packed.
I missed that old brig.
Gets brought to 80 HP. The Mercy flies in front of him and also takes 100 damage. Over 100 damage, and then flies away.
Oh my god, far away. Yeah.
Comes up with a triple. Now looks for Choyobin to knock him out of that match.
Can.
And they will be able to do so. Still 3 minutes gonna be remaining.
A lot of time and a lot of ult charge.
Yep, still 3 minutes gonna be remaining. Looking for that boot back. Cuss of blast. I'm able to find a Barrage. Just gonna be layered in. Tries to find the kill, and actually Violent gonna be taken down. Gets a follow-up again on the Rascal. Ding! Comes up with a triple. Now looks for Choyobin to knock him out of that mech. And they will be able to do so, and they can just leave him.
Youngjin comes up there from the flank as well to help set that up. Pressure. A lot of time and a lot of ult charge.
Yep, still 3 minutes gonna be remaining. Looking for that boot back. Cuss of blast. I'm able to find a Barrage. Just gonna be layered in. Tries to find the kill, and actually Violent gonna be taken down. Gets a follow-up again on the Rascal.
There from the flank as well. Have to change it up. Yeah, but it's cost them a lot of time and a lot of ult charge.
Yep, still 3 minutes gonna be remaining. Looking for that boot back. Cuss of blast. I'm able to find a Barrage. Just gonna be layered in. Tries to find the kill, and actually Violent gonna be taken down. Gets a follow-up again on the Rascal. Ding! Comes up with a triple. Now looks for Choyobin to knock him out of that mech. And they will be able to do so, and they can.
Yeah, but it's cost them a lot of time and a lot of ult charge.
Out of that mech. And they will be able to do so.
I'm so happy I found that clip.
Mm-hmm. It's a coded clip. Hold on. Oh. I left my charger in my car. Oh god. Alright, Adam. I'm gonna go to bed.
Bye-bye. It was fun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely are gonna do this again.
For sure.
Right. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
out for some time, and she has widely been accepted as being a very strong support. What is less known, however, is just how she changes pretty much everything from how you want to build your characters and teams, adjust your artifact sets, your artifact stats, and sometimes even your weapons to accommodate for her kit. And so in today's video, we're going to be talking about how much Frina actually changes and cover what you should be doing differently when it comes down to building your teams and also building your individual characters that will be ran alongside Frina. On top of that, I want to cover sort of how she changes the meta as a whole, as well as other aspects of her kit. Before we begin, I want you guys to know that I do stream most nights on Twitch. Link in the description if you're interested. And with that being said, let's talk about Frina. To start with this though, let's begin with a quick recap of what Frina does and what makes her so unique. Well, as I'm sure you know, Frina's kit is one that revolves around summoning hydro creatures that will deal genuinely good skill damage at the cost of your team's HP. They drain all 4 of your party members' HP at the same time, provided they are over 50% HP, converting that into more damage for your Frina skill. On top of that, her burst will buff all of your party members' damage by a pretty huge amount based on how much your HP is increasing and decreasing, just changing overall, inside of your Frina's burst. At top level 10, you can get up to 75% damage bonus with max fanfare stacks for a C0 Frina, and this damage bonus will be to every single party member, increasing your Frina's personal damage, but also your carry and supports and just anyone in your team. This is great because it's a buff that won't just apply to your active character, meaning that not just your on-field carry, but also any other forms of damage. Teams that run multiple carries or multiple high damage supports will benefit greatly from these buffs, provided you can capitalize on these stacks by draining your character's HP and healing it back up. While Frina will naturally drain your HP, being able to heal it back up is something that you definitely have to play around, making healers all the more powerful. And so as I'm sure you know by now, healing becomes very important with Frina, which we'll touch on in this video, but just in general, being able to stack these fanfare points, fully healing your team and maximizing the damage bonus you're gaining makes Frina feel like the strong character that she really is, whereas if you ignore this, she can get less value. Generally speaking though, her damage bonus is genuinely really high, and so is her personal damage. Because of this, while we will compare her to other Hydra options, generally if your team can run her and has enough healing, she will be a great option because of how much damage she gives you. With that in mind, she brings a lot of new things to the table. The first thing that I don't see people talking about nearly enough is how she can change how you build a lot of your characters. I touched on this briefly in my Frina guide, but to go into a bit more detail, since Frina drains your HP of all your party members through her skill when she's Usia aligned, this means that you can run characters on specific artifact sets and even different stats because of this HP drain. In fact, a lot of on-field main DPS characters, almost all of them, can benefit from running certain sets like Marie-Chaussee Hunter, which is one of the strongest sets in terms of just raw stats that it gives you, an extremely versatile option provided you can make use of its effect. What this set will do is give you 15% normal and charge attack damage, and then up to 36% crit rate, basically for free, provided your HP is changing while you're on field. This is super easy if you run your active character, your main DPS with Frina, and it therefore becomes one of two things. Either the best in slot option on quite a few DPSs, or just a strong alternative. A great versatile piece that you can run on virtually any main DPS, even if it's not their absolute best in slot, it's usually a strong contender, a viable option, especially if you have good substats on it, and it makes it a way more efficient domain to farm. In general, Marie-Chaussee and Golden Troop are really efficient to farm just always. I want to make that clear, but especially if you have Frina, not only is Golden Troop great for her and many other characters, but now Marie-Chaussee is just such a versatile set that you can use on literally almost any main DPS, with it being even potentially the best in slot if whatever DPS character you're using doesn't have a better option. This is because of how often and consistently your HP will be decreasing through Frina, and also increasing thanks to a healer that she will require you to run alongside of her anyways. Now, if that wasn't enough, even a set like Vermilion Hereafter, which I have spent ungodly amounts of resin in, also becomes more viable because while it isn't as universal of an option as Marie-Chaussee because it requires you to use your burst, Vermilion's 4-piece can give you up to 66% attack, which again is a great option for certain characters that use their burst and that will want this attack bonus. Because of this, having these two sets that you can now use on virtually any main DPS character, with obviously Marie-Chaussee being the more recommended option, I want to make that clear. Vermilion is just if you have it like I do, and still slightly better on characters like Xiao, but anyways, is one thing you really need to keep in mind with Frina, and it can actually make her change the way you're building your characters. Now, that's not enough. I said new sets, but I also said new stats, and this is true. A lot of your characters now actually have the option of going from an elemental damage bonus goblet to an attack, HP, defense, or whatever percent one based on what they scale off of. For a lot of attack scaling characters, for example, going for an elemental damage bonus goblet will typically be their best option. With that in mind, especially if they have a lot of damage percent sources in their team through support characters or even their own kit, then an attack percent goblet is usually not that far behind and only a little bit worse. This means that it can be a viable option if substats of an attack goblet instead of whatever element your carry is. Now with Farina, since she gives you so much damage percent through her burst at max fanfare stacks, this makes it to where an attack percent goblet for those attack scaling characters, or HP for HP scaling, defense for defense scaling, becomes even more viable based on your substats, and can make building your characters a lot easier. If you have a ton of damage percent buffs, then an attack goblet, for example, can be better, whereas if you have a ton of attack buffs, which are usually more common with characters like Bennett or buffing artifact sets or weapons, then a damage goblet can still be better. Knowing this and knowing how you can build basically any character differently thanks to Farina is absolutely just, I want to say crucial, but I think it's just a huge upside. Like, it means a lot of your characters are more versatile. You can use one artifact set on virtually any on-field DPS you're using, which can make farming easier, building your characters easier, and makes it just a lot more lenient in what sets you can use and also what stats you can be looking for on certain pieces like a goblet that's really hard to farm for. And so that's one of the reasons why I think Farina actually changes everything. Not to say that cliche line, because I think it's usually cringe, but I think it applies here. But that also isn't everything. As I mentioned in my Farina video, she also makes healers a lot stronger. Now, for basically the first time in Genshin since they released Corrosion with Rift Talons that drains all of your character's HP, and even that is usually not that big of a deal, having a strong healer is actually a really good option. There's a case now to maximize your healing instead of just maximizing your damage, because more healing means more damage through your Farina's fanfare points, giving more damage to all of your team. Generally, and this is really important to understand, you usually pick a healer based on what value they provide your team on top of just healing them. Bennett has widely been one of, if not the best support characters and healers overall, because he gives you enough healing to your active character, while also giving you an insane amount of attack percent, and also acting as a good pyro battery for characters like Xiangling. Because of that, a character like Bennett would oftentimes be picked over a character that has more healing than him, even though Bennett can only heal one character at a time. The attack you're gaining is way more important than just a little bit of healing if you can dodge and just not take damage. With that in mind, having a character like Farina who actually forces you to want to heal all of your characters at the same time completely shifts the meta, or at least shifts what her best teams are, what characters you want to be using with her, and how you want to be building your healers. Even a AoE team healer like Jean would usually be ran on a full crit build, just because you have enough healing even without focusing on her healing. You can dodge and just not take damage, and then your Jean can heal you enough just by pressing her burst. With Farina, that's not the case, however, because not only may you take damage from enemies randomly, but also you just need to use your burst every rotation. It's not just a panic button anymore. You're constantly draining your HP, constantly giving your team a bunch of damage, which means that in order to preserve this damage buff and to actually be efficient, you need to heal it back up. You need to heal back the 40 to 50% HP drain that your Farina does to every single character in your party every rotation, on top of damage you may be taking. And so having team-wide healing is actually not just convenient, but also optimal for your damage. This can make a character like Bennett not even be the best healer in certain Farina teams, where not only will you sometimes not need the attack percent if you're running HP scaling characters like Farina herself, but also healing all of your characters will use up some of Bennett's uptime, having to swap through your characters playing in a more quick swappy style, as Bennett can only heal one character at a time. And so having a team-wide healer is very convenient and oftentimes the most recommended. Now I wanted to point out an exception here, where I've seen a lot of people actually manage to make a full healing Bennett still work in a Farina team, where you can stack him on as much HP and healing bonus as possible, even sometimes choosing a healer artifact set like Maiden's Beloved to give him as much healing as possible, fully healing your active character with like 1 or 2 ticks of his burst, and then combining that with Farina's overheal passive effect to heal the other party members in your team. As you can see, I put my Bennett on a full healer build of 2 Urakasha, 2 Clam, because I have no Maidens, with almost 40k HP, just to see if you could keep up with my Farina and actually generate stacks by healing enough and through Farina's passive, and to my surprise, he mostly did. I was running him with Xiao, who granted will, yes, manipulate his own HP, which gives you stacks, but I actually managed to basically heal enough. I managed to full cap my fanfare stacks, albeit a bit late in the rotation. Obviously, it's not like the optimal form of healing for most teams. You'd want a team-wide healer, but knowing that it's a viable option, and one that I liked with Xiao in particular, because Bennett gives so much attack for him, and it's more of a meme, it's more of a niche option, it's not one that I'm like recommending, but it's good to know that you actually can fully switch your build, go on one where you're stacking HP and actually trying to maximize healing for once to actually manage to heal enough for Farina. As I said though, I usually recommend a team-wide healer and AoE healer, but the fact that Farina changes what healers are good and also how you're going to build your healers is a really big change that I like. Because of this, a lot of AoE healers just got way better with Farina on top of being built differently. First of all, this means characters like Jean, Baiju, Mika, Charlotte, or on-fielders like Noelle, Kokomi, Yao Yao, and other healers as well just got way stronger because they can provide you fast AoE healing that is just really appreciated in Farina teams. While in the past, again, to use the Jean example, you just built her full crit. Now, building her attack with some healing bonus is oftentimes a really easy and strong solution to just permanently heal your team. Yeah, you lose out on a bit of your Jean's personal damage, but you more than make up for it by having the damage percent that your Frina will give all of your party members. Now, your builds are also going to change with Frina. It's not just healers being better, although yes, they did. A lot of characters got stronger just by being efficient healers, but also the way you build your healers by going for more healing is one thing, and additionally, certain weapons, certain team comps.
I can be a little particular. It wasn't easy finding a car that's just so me.
Morning, Kitty.
Morning, Chip.
Change as well. Prototype Amber, for example, is great at giving your whole party a bit of extra healing, and while it's not enough to solo sustain your team, you can, for example, run 2 of them or run 1 with another less AoE and more single target healer, so a quote-unquote worse healer for your team, like Kuki, but with a Prototype Amber on another party member, can kind of make up for the lack of healing and be, for the most part, enough for Farina. It's still recommended to run an AoE healer, but things like this can help make up for it and make your team just more unique. Your healer selection for the first time in genuinely forever is no longer, okay, how much damage does my healer give me, but now it can actually be how much healing do I get? Do I need this AoE healing, and who can provide me with that? Now, you do need to understand, though, that changing a offensive option for a defensive one, for example, Nahida for Baiju in a team that otherwise wouldn't really need a lot of healing, for example, you just had Kuki, which would have been enough without Farina, and then now you're putting Baiju instead of Nahida, will come with downsides as well. Yes, you will add Farina to that team and get a lot of damage that way, but you might lose out on a really strong offensive support like Nahida, or even Kazuo if you're placing him with Jean, who would give you grouping, elemental damage bonus, and also just good damage, which does definitely have its downsides. While I would argue that you can use these strong supports in your second team, it's also important to know that for just whatever team you're running, Farina gives you a ton of value, but also comes at the cost of needing to build your team around her, making sure you have enough healing and can get all the value out of her kit to really make her shine and feel like a super strong option. If you have no good healers built, she can feel a bit weirder to use. Still a good option, but you're really gonna have to play around her and actually stack her fanfare, or she won't feel nearly as powerful and won't give you as much value. And I see a lot of people comparing her to other Hydra options, and I think it's great that Farina can be a really powerful unit that doesn't really power creep anyone. In a lot of teams, she can be an upgrade, but in others, she is just a side grade, depending on what other Hydra options you have and how you're building your team. For example, as a solo Hydro, I would mostly recommend Xingqiu or Yelan over Farina for certain vape teams with, for example, Diluc or Hu Tao, whereas generally I would just recommend running a double Hydro team anyways, as Farina with Xingqiu or Yelan is just a great combination. I think in a lot of teams, Farina is an upgrade though, because of how much damage she gives you. Like, we ran the numbers on the first day of her release, but for example, Yelan can have more motion values, more personal damage than a Farina, but Farina can not only give your team more damage buffs overall, as she'll buff every party member you have, and not just your active party member like Yelan will, but also can end up potentially even having more personal damage as well if you factor in all the fanfare stacks that she can get depending on the situation. Again, this is just one example, and it's not to say one character is better than another, as for example, with Farina you need a good healer, whereas with Yelan or even Xingqiu, you won't need as much healing, so it can change your team building, but generally, like, Farina's teams are just really strong and very unique, changes the way you build them, changes the way you play, without being just a broken power creep option, just a really strong, and oftentimes an upgrade, or at worst a side grade, but one where you have to build your team accordingly. In that way, she isn't necessarily for everyone. You might not have a good healer or might not want to play one, and I also think it's important to emphasize that there's so many strong Hydra options right now that a lot of times there's just so much to choose from. She also influences the meta in the sense that she's a unique form of Hydra application that doesn't need normal attacks like Yelan or Xingqiu will, and can be applied from off-field, synergizing well with characters that don't even need to normal attack, which can help for quick swappy teams, potentially future characters, or even someone like Dea, whose burst hits don't count as normal attacks, even though she's punching. Farina has a very unique kit, and one that I think is very strong, genuinely, in a way that I think changes, or at least is an addition to the meta, in a very unique and impactful way. With that in mind, Farina can actually completely change certain team archetypes, or at least change how you're building them, what characters you're putting in, and how the team performs. For example, Farina having slower Hydra application than fast Hydros like Xingqiu or Yelan make it to where, in a lot of teams, she'll want to be ran in a double Hydro core. With that said, as a solo Hydro, she can enable reactions like Quick Bloom, where you'd be getting more Quicken and less Hyper Bloom, which would, yes, come at the cost of getting less Hyper Blooms, but in return, you'll get more quicken uptime, more spread or aggravate on your Dendro or Electro carries respectively, which can give them more personal damage on top of your Furina's buffs. Slower hydro application isn't always a disadvantage for teams like that, where Furina can actually be a great option. Examples of this include Sino teams and Alhaitham teams, where having a bit of a slower hydro option actually works out a lot of times, where yeah, there's a viable replacement, but you can actually play a very strong quick bloom team with both of these characters and a ton of alternatives as well, and actually get a lot of value from her hydro application and damage bonuses. Now, while in my Furina guide I give you guys a breakdown on Furina's best teams, I want to, in this video, instead talk about the teams that she particularly changed the playstyle and builds of, and also some popular ones out right now, as it's quite a hot topic. I first of all want to say that I think she greatly buffed Noelle teams. She made her arguably even a better option than Ito in teams with Furina, as she will constantly heal your entire team, and especially with C6 will also deal pretty good damage, being paired in a Geo team with Furina as your hydro option, just allowing you to crystallize a little bit, because why not, while also giving you a lot of damage to everyone in your party and having good personal damage as well. Furina also works very well with characters that can manipulate their own HP, making some Neuvillette teams where he runs double hydro, can stack his passive twice or 3 times with the C1, and run really powerful supportive options. While initially I recommended a healer with Neuvillette teams with Furina to heal all of your party members back up, oftentimes you actually can max your fanfare stacks through Neuvillette's HP manipulation alone. Now, having Prototype Amber can help, but through my testing it isn't even needed, as he's a character who can heal himself up and drain his HP back down himself, on top of your Furina's drain as well. Having a healer in this team can definitely be comfy though, and a strong option as well. Other characters include Risley, who manipulates his own HP as well, and even someone like Shao, if you are running Anemo characters alongside of him. A team like this, especially with C4 Jean, can be quite powerful, but even without it, it can work pretty decently. Just note that you're replacing Bennett, who's really strong for Shao in general. Furina also works really well with Wander in a team like this one, which I've already covered in my guide, but I want to re-emphasize, and allows your on-field character, Wander in this case, but pretty much whoever you're running, to have the option to run Marie Chaussee just all the time. Which is great. In my opinion, she also makes mono hydro teams way more viable, as a lot of times I would just run an electro character here so you could double swirl electro and hydro, and it would be more enjoyable and generally stronger. With Furina, you actually have a case to run a bunch of hydro characters with her, buff all of their damage, and it works really well. Obviously, you can still go Taser here, still go pretty much anything, as Furina's teams are everything. You can run her in literally any hydro archetype, but this is a team that I think got a lot better with Furina. Furina can also be ran in many freeze teams, and also is particularly strong with double carries, 2 characters that deal a lot of damage, as she will constantly buff both of them. An example is running Raiden and Eula in the same team. I said them in the wrong order there, ignore me. But Eula and Raiden both being very powerful carries and ran oftentimes together if you have both, while Furina can also be slapped onto this team and buff all of their damage, on top of having good personal damage as well. Furina changing how you build teams by not only being used in like literally any hydro reaction or any team where you can fit her basically, but by basically changing your team building process to go, okay, well I'm playing Furina, so what's going to be my healer? Looking at your healers, picking the strongest option you have, or whichever one makes the most sense in your team, provided your healer fits whatever element you're going for, gives you some utility either offensively or defensively, while also being able to heal your entire team, or if they can't, then being paired with another healer to help out, on top of whatever DPS or other characters you want to run with your Furina. It's no longer just, okay, well if I don't have a good healer, I'll dodge, or I don't need the most healing. It's actually a top priority to get a good healer if you plan on running Furina in your team and want all the value that Furina can give you. She gives you a ton of offensive capabilities, good damage, hydro application, and buffs, but comes at the cost of actually having to run a good healer, changing the way you build your team, and also build certain characters. And I also wanted to clarify somewhere in this video that Furina is more of an addition to the meta, a really strong character that has her own set of like teams and also ways you need to adjust your builds and do a lot of things to actually get a lot of value out of her, which doesn't make her niche. I've seen a lot of bad takes around saying she's niche, where in reality her damage buff is really good universally, her own damage is good, and she can fit basically any hydro team. You just have to play around her by running your team with a healer. I've mentioned this throughout this video, I don't want to repeat myself, but I want to clarify that 1, Furina's really good, not just a niche option, and 2, because of how good she is and because of her unique team building, this creates a very versatile character that actually can shake up the meta when you're looking at the strongest teams, especially if you are someone who pulled for Furina. And as the quote-unquote Hydra Archon, I think she does a good job at being a unit that completely changes how you play the game, build your characters, and I did this video as sort of a PSA as well, to say, hey, you might actually want to be building your characters or teams differently if you're playing Furina, which I think is a really, really good thing. And so I hope this video was helpful. I I was traveling for a bit recently, so I'm sorry if this was delayed. I wanted to get this video out like literally 10 days ago, but I had more time to play her and see how people, you know, reacted to her. And overall, I think there's a lot of things you should know about Frina, how she changes a lot of things, and she's a character that I personally really, really like and I'm very happy with. I hope you guys feel the same way, and if not, or if you do let me know in the comments. I'll be reading most of them. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds. As owner of Mint Mobile, my goal is to spend as little as possible on things like commercials.
Yo! Guys, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, what we're gonna do is, you know how for a while now I've been doing account reviews, right? Where I take your accounts and fix them. I like that. I'm still gonna do more. But what if today we do that, but instead of helping people fix their account, we laugh at them? I just want to roast people's accounts. So we're gonna roast accounts that either you think are unroastable, and be like, Zox, no way you can roast my account, we roast you. Or people that are like, we look at your account, you're like, I watch all your videos, Zox. I know how to build my characters. We look, boom, you're running a Noel with an attack % circlet. What are you doing? That's what we're looking at today. The way we're gonna do this, you give me your friend code, I type it in, HackerMans, then we pop up your account, roast it really quick. If the account's too big of a flex, I might just skip you, because that's just a flex, that's weird. Unless it's a flex, but I can still roast you, you're like, oh, Zox, there is no way you can roast my flex write-in. And then it's like good pieces, but then I look closer and I'm like, wait a second, why is your write-in on, oh, fucking no. My write-in's too good, you can't critique my write-in. Let's start with the Shinyan main. This better be an actual Shinyan main. If you're trolling me, wait, it's level 40! Okay, this is, dude, this is just a real Shinyan main. I swear to God, if this Shinyan main is trolling, I'm actually done. If this is not a Shinyan main, I'm actually done. White blind? Hey, I mean, it's level 80. Just kind of dog, it's fine. Dude, okay, look. I'm just gonna say one thing. If you're a Shinyan main, why are you on 2-piece gladiator? On top of that, if you're not running sets, why is your defense goblet, which you're gonna get a ton of because nobody cares about defense goblets, only have 6 crit rate and 6 crit damage? This is not a Shinyan main. This is someone who put their dog artifacts on Shinyan. What does your shadow look like? If your shadow looks like this, I'm permanently banning you. Wait, what the fuck is this? Wait. Why do you have no crit damage? Dude, you have R3 Jade! How do you have no crit damage? I pulled a Missplitter for Chi-Chi. There's nothing more I can say to roast you than you pulled a Missplitter for Chi-Chi. There's no way. There's actually no way. Wait, what is this build? Why do you have 700 HP? Okay, this isn't that bad, dude. I like feel bad. Like I can't. Whoa! How do you have C5 Chi-Chi? Is this Anthony Chen? Nothing I can say to roast you will hurt you more than the Missplitter C5 Chi-Chi. Like honestly, at this point, I just want to congratulate you for like playing Chi-Chi. Like good job. Like I appreciate it. Like she deserves more love. Our shower. All right. Why don't you take a shower? Eula, Surface Mine R3. 4. What is this? This has to be a troll. This has to be a troll. There is no way. There is no way. You're running Shatter Eula. Dude, no, dude, no. Dude, there is no way. You're running Blizzard Trigger Eula. Wait, what was the goblet? Wait, did I miss the goblet? Was it Cryo? Oh. Wait, this is actually kind of base. DPS Barbara's good. Wait. I would never roast a DPS Barbara. Dude, okay, think about it. Wait, you're level 1 talent. Okay, you don't actually play DPS Barbara. No, this is a cap account. This account's cap. Don't fake it if you can't back it up. Look, you're talking, you might not know this, but you're talking to a level 10 auto attack DPS Barbara main. That is me. You might not know this, but I crown my Barbara and I pray to DPS Barbara every night. My account is unroastable, especially my Shao. Okay, We'll see about that. If you say your Shao is unroastable, the first roast is that you main Shao. MiHoYo hates you. They released a free-to-play spear, the catch, that was broken on every fucking Poem user except Shao and Tao. So that proves that they hate Shao mains. On top of that, they released a new artifact set after our rerun banner. They hate us. So anything I say can't hurt you more than the fact that you main Shao. Homa, good. Okay, energy recharge. Okay, I mean, hey, so far so good. This guy said AR-59 Jean main, Jean taller than Shao, Shao short, look at my talents. Okay, now if you come in my chat and not only do you disrespect Shao and Shao's height, but you also say your account is unroastable, then I have a problem. Because I will find a way to dissect your account. Okay, your Jean's kind of cracked. Wait, no, it's not. What is this circlet? 53 attack, flat attack. Now you might think, Zox, that's not that bad. Maybe like, you know, it's just a support character. No, this is their fucking main. It's probably triple crown. Okay, well, double crown. You can't say your circlet's unroastable. Yeah, your Jean's pretty good. Wait, no, I'm supposed to roast you. Jean, bad attack, Shao's taller, Razor main unmatched. I mean, okay, to be fair, this might be an unmatched Razor main because you might be the only Razor main. Also, you definitely lied to me because your Hu Tao's 90 and your Ike is 90. But your Razor's 80, so who do you main? There's no way you main. It's a level 70 archaic! Don't say you main Razor when you're archaic. I'm done. What is this? This is not even, like, this is a piece that you don't even level. How is this plus 20? Why do you have 1,000 HP? That's not an attack sense, it's an HP set! Okay, yeah, there's no way you fucking main Razor. That's cap. That's actually cap. Your Hu Tao is, yeah, that's cap. This is a cap account. I'm gonna roast your Hu Tao. You didn't think I was gonna roast your Hu Tao? You thought I was just gonna roast Razor? No, I'm roasting your fucking Hu Tao. R2 Dragon's Bane, that's an L. C0, which means you're gonna run out of stamina when you have to dash between enemies, forcing your Hu Tao to run a shield all the time, restricting your team comps, and also being annoying since you have to jump cancel instead of dash cancel. Have fun with that. Fortress and Witch, okay, pretty good. Zero, whoa, okay, bust up. Dude, what? Okay, look, I know stands are hard, but what is this? Flower? What is this? How? Flower's like the easiest piece. What's your ratio? This looks like back in the day when we first cleared floor 12 and everyone was like, oh my god, did you guys see that one free-to-play streamer, Enviosity, managed to clear the Abyss, 9-star it as a free-to-play? This is like what his main character's ratio looked like. Buff my girl Kaching. Okay, so you're a Kaching main and you say I can't roast your account? Dude, even Kaching mains in the Kaching main server don't main Kaching. Your weapon's level 80. Kaching main who doesn't max her weapon, that's an L. If you love Kaching, you max her weapon. You also should max your talents. That's 2 roasts. Your offset circlet has 65 flat defense. Look at how easy it's gonna be to roast an Ayato main. Watch this. Black Sword level 80, L.
Speed test confirms Frontier is Connecticut's fastest internet. Get Frontier Fiber internet and the peace of mind of proven reliability. Now with a 30-day worry-free money-back guarantee. What are you waiting for? Switch to Frontier today.
Introducing Remarkable. Bring digital powers to your handwriting with the only tablet that feels.
Okay, you're on an H. I'm about to. Wait, why are you on attack sans HP goblet? This guy was like, wait, diminishing returns. The more attack you gain, the less attack matters. And you have a passive talent that gives you damage based on your HP. Therefore, if more attack is bad, and you gain attack damage from HP goblet. Oh my god, you don't. How do you write unroastable? How do you say your account is unroastable? When I see this, why is your butt plug HP? Who submitted this? Oh yeah, you said worst whale. Okay, wait, you're R3. Wait. Okay, dude, what is this? There is no way you R3 Broken Pines C6 your Eula and you can't get her decent artifact. You can swipe your credit card, but you can't spend your resin at the proper domain. But C6 Eula's good, so don't hate me. Wait, let me do the person that said submissive and breedable. I don't know why. Shut up. It's not weird. I promise not weird. Kind of unroastable Hu Tao. Don't check Shao though. Okay, now I'm definitely gonna check Shao. I don't even care about your Tao. Now that you said that, I'm only. Wait, what is 79? Dude, this would be like an amazing piece for like an EM Anemo user. Like this has 79 EM on the substat. This is like a swirl support Shao. Super roastable account, unroastable Shao. We'll see about that. Fighting Genshin Burnout. You know what? Me too. Okay, Shao. Wait, your Abyss is 83.
I didn't